Hello, everyone. Today I will be bringing you the first episode of the Scuff Boys podcast. Unfortunately, we are missing two of the original Scuff Boys as they couldn't make it here, but that's completely fine. Today I will be joined by Kite
Hello.
and Striker.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm walking here.
and, and today we will be doing power rankings. We're going to be ranking all the teams on a tier list, and it's going to go great. Totally. Copium. Anyways, first up, we're just going to go by order of the teams on the dock. So first we have Azo, aka Jake, coach of the Buckingham Breloons. His team is Enamorous Incarnate, Rotom Heat, Espeon, Saucebuck, Fracture, Iron Treads, Greninja, Toxicroak, Driftbloom, and Poniard. His Terra Captains are Espeon, Fracture, and Driftbloom.
Interesting Terra Captain,
I
honestly,
think they're
for him.
Espeon and Driftbloom are really good, and Fracture you could always run like
It
Terra
just
Bug
yeah,
first impression.
it just
That's
punches
true.
holes. Like I love this team. It's a nice team with his Fairy Dragon Steel Core with Enamorous Treads and Fracture.
Yeah, and Emirates and Treads on a team together is really good. The
He also
Rotom
has
Heat,
the Grass Water Fire Core with Rotom Heat, Greninja,
Greninja, and
and
Sawsbuck.
Saucebuck.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not really a fan of the Poniard pick, I'm gonna be honest. Since this is Paldea Dex, it doesn't have like knockoff, it doesn't have pursuit. I think it's just a throwaway. The
He might just be
fracture with
trading away when it comes to the agencies.
yeah,
I
but
feel like
what
it
three
really
pointer
helps
is he
his.
getting? Right? I think it's just a throwaway that he's gonna have to be like, ah, fuck, I'm gonna have to bring this mon twice. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, but you could always EV Light in it. It could take a hit or two.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, but
and
it's
like
one of the
well,
Pokemon of all time, I have to say.
it can still do SD shenanigans, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It would be viable if it knew freaking Destiny Bond or something.
Maybe, but like
Destiny
SD
Bond
Terra
moment.
plus Terra Blast just kind of punches holes.
That's fair.
Yeah. I do really like the Drifblim and Espeon as Terra Captains, though. Espeon can go crazy with like Calm Mind, Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam, or if you're fighting like
Oh
King
God.
Gambit, you could go Terra Fighting, eat a Sucker Punch, and then like kill with Terra Fighting Blast.
Yeah,
That's true. So I'm down to put this in A tier or S tier for this
S,
next.
Um,
yeah,
I don't know if it should give an S tier out the gate.
yeah. I'm leaning
Enamorous
like
is a
A
crazy
tier.
Pokemon. I like the Terra Captains. I like the
I it has
Treads.
I
a
like his
bit of
like speed control. It's like speed tier wise.
he
Speed
doesn't have
tier
the
wise, I think
greatest
his speed
speed.
tiers look pretty good. Greninja's base 122, Treads and Enamorous are 106, Espeon's 110. I think the speed tiers here are pretty fine. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of Greninja in Paldea decks because of the Protean nerf. I think like Cinderace you can Pyro Ball and it doesn't proc Libero. Meowscarada, I mean, it's just way better. You don't even have to run Protean on that mon. And Greninja just sucks without Protean and with nerfed
True, and
Protean. I'm not a fan of that pick,
like Battle
but
Bond isn't allowed.
yeah. I think the Enamorous is crazy. It can just win games. The Treads is really nice, has a lot of utility. It can also be offensive. Dripple and SPR are scary, and then the rest of the team is decent. I think this could go in A tier.
It's solid, yeah. A tier.
A
I
tier?
mean,
Alright. Let's put the Bucking Breloom in A. Alright. Now we got a high contender for the next one.
Alright, the logo is not loading.
yeah.
Very, very
That's
nice.
the wrong one. Wait.
This is
Yep.
what? Oh, there we go. It loaded. All right, we have the Miami Vice Grips,
Okay.
coached by Yami. His team is Dragapult, Slowbro, Magneton, Avalugg, Wigglytuff, Amoonguss, Galarian Zapdos, Raboot, Alolan Persian, and Hippopotas. So first of all, he has Amoonguss. That's an instant S tier.
Well, here's the thing though. He botched his first match because he didn't do his homework. So I think he should go to D tier.
Well,
I
that's a
mean,
player issue.
it's
That's not a draft issue. We're not ranking the
yeah.
players. We're ranking the teams.
That's fair, I guess.
So,
I mean,
Polt
this is a really
is Polt.
interesting team. Yeah,
I mean, I don't really know
because
what else to say about Polt. This mod always goes like top two overall every single time.
yeah,
And
best
it's
mod in the
one of the
generation.
one of the few pseudos that can go physical or special.
I'm pretty
Lord.
sure literally every pseudo can go physical or special except like Metagross.
Even
And
Garchomp.
Garchomp.
Didn't
I've
know
run
that.
special Garchomp before. It's actually kind of
Okay, it only gets like Fire Blast and
yeah, Fire
Mega,
Blast. You
right?
just cook like a Skarmory or an Orphan.
Yeah,
I've
but that's
never
a
seen
Starbury.
I've never seen a special moveset Garchomp. I've
Well,
only known physical.
I literally won a
Yeah,
league, and
but
I'm pretty sure I ran like special or mixed Garchomp most of the time. So
yeah, it was
oh,
mixed, not pure special. But yeah,
ha-
mixed Bolt is still very scary.
yeah. I mean, Polt could
It's
just
got
do like anything. It could sub Hex, it could Specs, it could like Dragon Dance, it could
Yeah,
run like
his
Boots and just
Terrazaptors are
pivot.
really weird.
Magneton, I respect the Magneton because you have HP Fire back to trap steals.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
Wigglytuff and the Alolan
The
Persian,
yeah,
I mean, the Wigglytuff you
no.
can like Terra Fairy and like it resists fighting. It becomes like an actual Pokemon if you do that, I guess.
yeah,
I would have liked to see the Avalugg Terra actually. Avalugg becomes so much better with Terra. That thing is not 6 points without Terra.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Because like the only thing holding it back is its typing, but like you can get rid of it.
You can make it Terra Fighting, you can make it Terra Steel, Water, anything you want, really. Anything but Ice. Because
Yeah,
holy shit.
Dude,
Um,
he could Terra Fairy that and just destroy dragons and fighting.
I mean, he's
yeah,
already an Ice type. He already destroys dragons. But yeah, fighting would work. Have to be
And then
mindful of
he also
steals, though. Because you're still weak to steel with that.
yeah.
yeah.
But you have Magneton to cover, so
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to Terra
And
both of those
Slowbro.
mons. Yeah,
He also has Slowbro to cover steel.
Slowbro's decent. I still think it's solid because it's still bulky. It still has Regenerator. It still has like good moves, but it lost Teleport. And I feel like if
that's
Slowbro had
huge.
Teleport, this team would be like A tier because he just teleported to Gyapdos, you teleported to Polt. But without that, I think this team is just kind of sus.
Mid
Yeah, it's a little held together by duct tape and dreams.
and the wall breaker is called Zapdos and Bolt.
Well, Zapdos is a good wall breaker, but there's some matchups where it's just not breaking shit. That's the problem.
True.
I think
Yeah.
it's
Plus, it's
too reliant on Pulse and Gyapdos, and like the rest of the team kind of just it's kind
Falls
of
apart.
rough. I don't like his hazard
Yeah.
control. I don't think Avalugg spins, and I think his only hazard setter is Hippopotas. No, Wigglytuff gets
Okay.
rocks. Wigglytuff gets rocks.
Doesn't Reboot get Spike or
no,
No,
Raboot does not get
Raboot does
spiked.
not get core change. Only
okay?
Cinderace gets core change.
And then also, Among Us
Does not get
has
T
toxic
spikes.
spikes, right?
No, it does
It
not.
does not.
No, it
Oh,
never
that's
did.
stupid. I thought it did.
Yeah. Doesn't Magneton get spikes? I mean, not spikes.
No,
Stealth Rock.
no.
It doesn't get rock. Okay.
I feel like
No,
you'd
it's
have
Stealth
seen
Rock.
that before if it did.
Wigglytuff, I know, gets Stealth Rock.
Wigglytuff and Hippopotas are
Yeah.
his only rockers, and I'm not a huge fan of that. His hazard removal is just Avalugg. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's better than mine, but still. Yeah, the
Just
fact that
like I
there's
said,
so
he has.
little like hazards going on here is not great.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah, giant oof.
I think Polt and
Mm,
Gapdos, it's especially it's 24 player like Paldea decks, right? A lot of these teams are gonna be Jake, this one included,
yeah,
right? And maybe
yeah.
teams are just Jake enough to where like Polt and Gapdos can just like win. So like I think
Win, yeah,
having
just
that,
if played right.
or they just get walled by the Regenerator Core and like Wigglytuff potentially. I think this team has enough to win games. I don't know if it has enough to win like a lot of games, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
I
So are
don't
we
think it
playing
can
this?
make playoffs, but it can win few games.
So I'm down to put this in B or C tier.
I'm down to put it in C, like just middle of the pack type.
Yeah, I think it's like a high end of C tier.
High
It's like
end C.
C minus.
I'm gonna put it at C
All
plus. I
right.
think it has enough redeeming qualities.
Okay,
Keep that C.
All right,
so just
next
C it
up
is.
we have
Yep.
1 second. All right, we have the Augusta
This is a
Agron.
whack team.
The logo will load in a bit. Okay, there it is. Coached by Ace Trader Ryan. His team is Palafin, Toxtricity, Flamigo, Go-Goat, Sliggoo, Hatterene, Bisharp, Typhlosion, and wait, not and Dartrix and Krokorok. So the third captains are Toxtricity, Go-Goat, and Sliggoo. What the fuck? You have a Hatterene right there.
Yeah,
Like
just
that thing's 10 points, bro.
I don't
Gardevoir is
know.
more expensive than that. You could have Terra that mod. That mod is insane with Terra.
I
It's
And
know.
like
so
it's
good.
set up with Calm Mind, Draining Kiss. Like
Calm My
Does
Dranicus,
it
like
still have
Mystical
solid.
trick room?
Fire, yeah.
Yeah,
Does it still have trick room?
yeah.
Yeah, of course it has Trick Room.
Why? What the hell's the matter with you? Do I gotta take you to New York and whack you? Do I have to show you how to properly do things as an Italian?
Yeah, he is an Italian New Yorker. Be
Other than
careful.
Freaking A.
Pelican, this team doesn't like have any like really hard hitting threats.
No, not really.
Not really. There's just a Palafin right there, you know?
Ice types kind of destroy him, technically.
Not really. He has a Bisharp, he
He has
has
a
a
bit of an ice
Typhlosion, he
problem.
has a
Little bit.
Palafin.
His only resistances is Palafin and Typhlosion,
Bisharp?
and Palafin would be weak to ice if they. No, no, no. I was talking about resistances.
Yeah, Bisharp resist. It's a
Oh yeah,
steel
no,
type, my
Bisharp.
guy.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so he has only three resistances with Typhlosion, Palafin, and Bisharp.
Yeah, but his four
But
weaknesses are
Palafin,
all bad mods anyway. It doesn't matter. And well,
Yeah.
even
my
then,
opponents love
Go-Go can
Go-Go.
Terra out of the ice weakness.
So can Sliggoo.
True.
So like
So one thing here, he drafted a 25 point mon in Palafin, and it's always interesting to see like 25 point mons drafted in ASL, because like I've played in this league since season 2. We didn't even have 25 point mons in season 2. It's been that long. Um, so I
yeah.
think now that I have a lot of experience in this league, I think I could say that like most 25 point mons are
Or
not
throwing.
worth drafting because they're too
They're
expensive.
throwing.
You don't get another A tier. You put all your eggs in one basket, and I just think it doesn't lead to like crazy teams most of the time. Not obviously, I'm not saying that 25 point mods can't have success because they have had success in the past. I mean, I'm pretty sure Matt won last season with the 25 point mana fee, but like it's mana fee and BDSP. That mod is fucking absurd,
Yeah. It does
right?
That's so
everything for
true.
you.
I also
Like
Yeah.
if you
remember
can't
there
get
was a Nick, not Nickinator, but a different Nick that would like draft a 25 point mod every season and get it banned. I think he drafted like Mega Metagross, Ash Greninja, and Zekrom. Don't
yeah,
ask why
because
we allowed Zekrom. I don't
those
understand.
mons do everything for you. Like you have
Exactly.
setup, it's got decent bulk. Ashgren just punches holes, and like you can easily build around those Pokemon.
Yeah. So Palafin, it's an interesting mon. It can obviously do a lot. It has 160. Is it 160 or 165 attack? I
It's a
forget.
160
You-
base attack.
160. It even has 108 special attack. Like if you want to run like Boom Burst to just like roll over like a physical wall, thinking, oh yeah, I'm like a physically defensive grass type that's gonna switch into Palafin. Oh no, I took 60 from Boom Burst. It's over,
Yeah. The
right?
only issue I have with this team in Palafin is that you need to switch out of Palafin to set up it or
And
to
you
make
don't
it
really
work.
have the best defensive mods to like
Yeah,
soak
and
up a
you don't
hit.
have
Yeah.
anything to switch into to get value.
Besides the toxicity V switch.
Well,
The
switching back into Palafin's not the issue. Switching out of Palafin and
out of
taking a hit
Palafin
is
is
the issue.
yeah,
I will say I do like the Bisharp because I don't usually like steals that aren't resistant to fairy. So like steel dragon, steel dark, steel
yeah,
fighting. But with Asia Lane, I think Bisharp's a pretty cool mod.
yeah.
But it is a Palafin, right? It's still like
At the end of
crazy.
the day, it is
At the end of the
or
day, it's 24 man Paldea decks, and
yeah,
when you have 24 players drafting, a regional decks that has like
yeah,
not a lot of
and
mons, some teams will just get run over by Palafin, and like you do
yeah,
have
like
that. The
choice
problem is,
beds
I don't
get
think the
pumped.
rest of the team like is like super like crazy, right? You have the Terra
Yeah,
Toxtricity. Toxtricity is a scary mod with Terra. It could be even scarier. I would have preferred to see the Hatterene as a Terra mod, but Toxtricity isn't bad.
yeah, because like choice
Flamigo,
specs, Terra normal, boom
yeah,
burst.
Boom Burst.
Ooh.
Flamigo's a decent mod. It can like do damage.
Yeah, it gets U turn, CC, Brave Bird.
Yeah,
It's fine.
just like Choice Band C Braveford. U-turn, right?
He's got, and he also has some hazard with toxicity and Krokorok.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bisharp gets rocks as well. You can run that.
yeah.
That's true as well.
He
Like
doesn't have a
Eviolive.
removal.
Dartrix does have removal. Hatterene has magic bounce.
Yeah. Oh, Dartrix gets defog? Okay,
It
I only
probably
got
does.
Decidueye.
Let me see.
I thought only Decidueye got defog.
I fail to see why Dartrix wouldn't. It's a
Let me take
flying
a look.
type.
I could be wrong though.
I'll take a look. Hang on. And then also,
It was also in Gen
Bisharp.
7. It probably gets it as a tutor. Let's be
Mm.
real.
Bisharp also can be more bulky now with the EV light
Yeah. Eviolite
for
Yeah,
Bishop
sure.
looks
Dartrix
pretty
does
decent.
get
Like, you can run,
defog.
like,
Honestly.
Rocks, T-Wave. It doesn't have knockoff anymore, which is kind of rough, but you can make something work with that mod for sure. Or, like, just tank
Absolutely.
a hit, Eviolite, Sword Stance. This mod would be pretty good as a Terra Captain, because you can, like, Terra Flying or Terra Ghost to eat, like, a
The
fighting move.
Bishop.
Yeah, the Bishop.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But again,
Also,
I would have preferred to see the Hatterene, and I would have preferred to see like a
yeah.
like a
See,
7 point Terramon to
confirmed.
pair with the Hatterene.
Dartrix does get
yeah.
defog.
Another big problem with this is that since it is we do have an item clause and he has like multiple EVL users.
Ooh, yeah, that's a lot. So Bishop
Yeah.
might not
Or
even be
just like
Eviolite.
Yeah,
well, he's just like Yami with four.
Yeah,
yeah,
Alright, so for a final group decision, I'd say we put him in B.
I
yeah.
think it's
I
a B
would
tier
agree.
team because of Palafin.
Yeah, yeah. Palafin carries.
Alright,
It's a
so
bit
who's
rough.
gonna
It's a
rank?
bit like all your eggs in a one basket, but
Yeah,
it has potential for sure.
because his special wall breakers are great, but he only has one physical threat
I mean, it's a
in.
Palafin. I mean, he also has a
It is
Flamigo. Don't disrespect Flamigo.
true,
Yeah,
true, true.
Bisharp.
Like it hits so hard
Bisharp
with
could do.
like Scrappy Choice Band close combat, brutal.
Ooh,
That
it
could be
hurts.
a Terra
Yeah,
mod,
that
just
could
Terra fight ACC with Scrappy. That's also an option.
they go crazy.
Yeah,
It do go crazy.
yeah, I think it's a B tier team. So next up,
Yo,
we have the man, the myth, the legend, Striker, Spheal Team
beautiful
6.
logo. Best logo.
All right, would you like to introduce your team?
I would be more than happy to. Alright, so I'm gonna botch one name because I still don't know how to fucking pronounce
Is
it.
it Graphii?
Yeah, it's Grafii.
Okay.
That's fine.
Alright, so I got Rory Moon, Uxie, Grafii, Colossal, Pupitar, Rotom Wash, Iron Hands, Jump Bluff, and Stone Joiner. and
And
Bayonet.
Banette.
Yeah.
So what are your Terra mods? Would you like to introduce those as well?
Uzi, Colossal, and Bayonet.
Okay, so couple things. Rory Moon, insane mon. You can just boost their
Busted.
energy. You can't Terra it in this, but it's fine
It doesn't
because
need it.
it doesn't need it. It's
Yeah.
still really good.
Because
And
Terra
best of
Yuxi
uh,
is crazy. You can like Terra Electric, have no weaknesses. You can Terra Steel. I think Terra
Terra
Yuxi is
Water.
really cool.
Yep. I went with Colossal as well because the insane type coverage I can do with Colossal.
You can also
Yeah.
run the ability, the signature ability, Terra out of a water weakness, like Terra Grass or Water,
Yeah.
and just
Yep.
like I don't know, try to
Get
do
like
something
plus
with that.
16.
It's funny. It's very funny. I'll
Oh, it
give
is.
you that.
It's
It
a
is.
little jank, but we like it.
This league is all about Jake, man. I mean, the last guy had four
But
like not fully evolved mods. To be fair, one of them
Yeah.
was a Bisharp, but you know.
Yeah.
no, I had a true meme setup, and I have two mods to carry that meme out.
I mean, you have Rory Moon Iron Hands. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Iron Hands is a
But yeah,
super
no,
good mod.
I know, but like, Graphia is gonna be and Iron Hands are set up for a meme, but I could do just a physical Iron Hand as
Graphia is
well.
actually a pretty decent mod. Like, it has a lot of utility. It has Prankster Encore. It has, like, I'm pretty sure it
Unburden.
has Toxic. It has, like, Knockoff. You can U-turn or Prankster Party Shot. It's a really cool mod.
Yeah.
Um, Ronomosh is nice. You just Volt Switch, you like Hydro Pug, you Trick a Scarf. Iron Hands. I will say one thing. It's nice that you're even here so you can get like this bit of knowledge like just firsthand. I drafted Iron Hands in a league once. This mod became 10 times better when I started running Volt Switch on it. Volt Switch Iron Hands goes so hard because they switch into your into their Iron Hands check, you just
Talents.
volt
Yeah.
switch out. It's beautiful. It's a slow volt switch into whatever the hell you want.
And like you have a great option to go into the Roaring Moon. Like
Yeah. I will say though, the bottom end of this team is pretty sus, like Pupitar, Banette, Jumpluff, but
yeah.
and Sternjourner. I don't know what Sternjourner does. Doesn't it have like 20 base def?
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, I need something,
I mean, if it sets
and
up rocks, it's better than like 50% of the mons available for like the same
yeah,
Yeah.
cost.
and it
And
still
like
has rock polish, so I could still just increase its speed and try something.
What base speed does it even have? It looks slow as shit.
for what mod?
Oh, 70? What the
Stonejourner.
fuck?
Yeah, it's base
Yeah,
70.
Holy shit, I did not
It's
realize that
not
thing was that
super
fast.
slow, but yeah.
I thought it was
Um.
way slower.
no, Colossal's my slowest mon with base stat 30,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Banette, I just needed like something. I could just
Doesn't it
do
get prankster? Wisp?
no.
No, that's the Mega Banette.
That's
Regular Banette is terrible.
It
that.
is,
I drafted
but
it in season
his
2 of
move pool,
ASL, and I didn't bring it once because its stats are just so bad. It
his
has
Abysmal
move
no
pool
bad.
though,
bulk, it has no speed.
his move pool's freaking cracked though. Like
It
holy
is,
shit,
but it
that
doesn't have the
burn
stats to
intensity.
use it. That's the issue.
I know. It's like it has potential. Why
At
do you
least
gotta let
it's
it
good
track?
in the trading card game. At least it's good in the trading card game.
That's so
Yeah.
true. Well, I gotta still bring Bayonet at some point unless I trade
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And like something that this team doesn't have that the previous teams we discussed did have was like a pure fairy. Or like a fairy type. So like
Oh yeah, this team does not have a fairy type. I guess you could Terra Fairy Uxie. It's not that bad.
yeah. Or even colossal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see an actual fairy here. Like I'm not like nowadays I'm not like super crazy fussed about like oh this team has like all the types. I mean obviously like if you have like a rock if you don't have like a bug type, who gives a
Yeah.
shit, right? It's a bug
Yeah,
type,
no one
right?
really cares
Like
about that.
if you don't have like I don't know like a dragon type for instance, that's not the end of the world because especially
Right.
now you know we have fairy types. You know, dragons are not as good as they once were.
Yeah. But like if you don't have a fairy type, especially in
Yeah, I think
dragons, no one
fairy, steel, like are super important. I think a water type is also like mandatory.
Yeah,
I
like the
think types that
bullshit.
have like immunities are super nice, right? So like
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
it's like ground, flying, dark, right? I think those are nice. But
Yeah,
yeah, not
like
having a
this
fairy
is
type hurts.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But like you do have
Do you have
decent
a steel
switch
type?
ins. No
Oh,
steal either.
Oh no,
oh,
dragons just run you over.
Yeah. So you had to like waste a Terra to get one of those types just to check
I mean, Terra
everything.
Steel, Yuxi with Levitate's pretty fine.
It's for sure fine, yeah. But if
I
you
got a couple of plans. Don't you worry.
He has the
if
plans.
you
He's an
do
Italian New Yorker. Let him cook. Let
yeah,
him
yeah,
cook
let
the
him
Yeah,
cook.
let
pizza.
me
Let
cook
him cook.
here. I have to cook here. I gotta make
I
the pasta for
He,
me family.
he cooked
Me
the
This is
pizza.
familia.
something to, keep in mind because that does seem a little scary.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you're definitely
I
gonna
use
have
it
to
to
play
help out
around
on my
that.
team.
Yeah, but like the Rotom's great. It's like a bulky water with
Yeah.
Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch.
Yeah, I think the top end of this team is really nice, but then you reach like Stunjourner, Pupitar, Banette, Jump Bluff, and like like those
Jump Bluff
four.
can go crazy
It has like
with that
It
base
can.
three
switch.
attack. If this was like
It
Blaze Black, where it had like Prankster, like Sleep Powder, maybe.
yeah.
But this is not
Or like
Blaze Black, so.
if you can figure out a way to like set up Sun for the chlorophyll and the
Oh, for
rotary
the
moon,
photosynthesis, yeah.
yeah. If you can like find a way to like move around Sun, then that would be great.
That would be actually pretty hype, yeah. Just like Heat Rock, like Sunny Day. Does Jumpluff get Memento? It should, right?
I believe
Um,
so.
Like you could just like Sunny Day Memento and then go into Roaring Moon and try to like Dragon Dance sweep. I could see that working.
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely an option. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Alright.
Jumpluff does get Memento.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, you can do that. Or you
And
could
you
go into
also,
Iron Hands and like Sword Stance.
I can also U-turn out of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that Sun is an option for this team, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, but
Or
like
if I
the
wanted to, I could set up rain. Jump Bluff also gets rain dance, so I could set up rain and make Colossal go with Terra Water, and also have Rotom Wash go ham as well.
Yeah, with like
don't really
Thunder
think the
and
rain really like fits here. Like you're not running
Rain
like
doesn't.
Thunder, Iron Hands. But like Roaring Moon, Iron Hands, like Yuxi, Rotom Wash, I think those four Mons can just win games. And then you have like the rest of the team. I think this is a pretty solid team. I think it's
Yeah,
comfortably like a solid like middle upper half end of
upper
B tier.
middle like B tier.
B tier, I am so down with that. Question. So are we putting it? Are we putting it below Ryan's team or above it?
I would say
I'd put it
above.
above it.
Yeah,
Done.
I think like Iron
I'm happy.
Hands plus Roaring Moon is better than one Palafin.
yeah.
Yep.
Plus Toxicity.
Yeah.
So
All
moving
right.
on to
Next
Brandon's
up,
team,
we
right?
have Brandon, coach of the Republic City Fire Ferret. His team, another 25-point Mon team. He has Iron Valiant, Ceruledge, Tatsugiri, Alola Dug Trio, Floragato, Kilowattrel, Overquill, Dunsparce, Gothorita, and Squawkabilly. So, okay, couple things here. First of all, why the fuck isn't this Ceruledge a Terramon? Ceruledge goes so hard with Terra. Like,
It
without
do.
Terra, I don't think it's a 12-point mod. Without Terra.
Okay. So wait, could he have done a combination with Cerulege?
He
I believe
goes,
so
yeah, of course, it's only 12 points. He goes like
because he can.
Ceruledge. He goes Alolan Dug Trio. Oh, he needs a 3-pointer, huh? Oh, he has
Squawkabilly.
Florigato. Yeah, you could do that. Like, you could absolutely do that.
Because like Squawkabilly Terra normal with Facade, Chef's kiss.
It
He
really
could he could
does.
go Ceruledge, Dunsparce, Florigato, and just be completely fine.
Yeah, that can work too.
Like, this team would be so much better if it Terran Ceruledge. Iron Valiant. Probably the best one, and I mean, not maybe second best behind like Chen Pao, right? And
No, I think it's better than Xian Pao.
I think it's better if it can Terra, which it can't, but it's very close.
Maybe. Oh, it's very
Iron
close
Valiant's an
indeed.
absurd mod though, but I don't think it's absurd enough without Terra, right? And especially with the rest of the team, like in the Ceruledge not being
Yeah.
Terra, and like
I
I
mean,
mean,
if
this
you
team
can,
has a lot less, like, just like shit mods than a lot of the teams we saw, right?
yeah,
Like, the
because like
Cerulege is
Overclock's like
decent.
super
The
cool.
Tatsugiri has rapid spin. It has like good special attack. I think you could run like a scarf Tatsugiri with like Draco Meteor
Yeah,
or Hydro
even
Pump.
specs just
Yeah, Lolan
because
Duggy
like
with
you can just.
Terra. I don't know how much
Uh,
better that thing becomes. I don't
it's
think
not
that
bad.
much.
It's not good, but it's like average,
Like
I would say.
they took Doug Trio. They took away everything that makes it good, and they're like, okay, we'll give you a steel type to compensate. And
Yeah,
that does not
Yeah.
compensate for losing Arena Trap and 10 points of speed for no reason.
yeah.
It just
Its
grows some
ability
hair and
does.
like just gains like 50 pounds and
So
becomes
they nerfed
slower.
the Lord Dog Trio above Spectre. Another proven point.
I do
The
like the
Terra
Cerulege better.
Kilowatt I do actually like Terra Kilowatt but I
Yeah,
would
with
like the
like Terra
Cerulege
Water.
better. Yeah,
So
Terra
Terra
Water.
wait,
Water would do it.
what abilities does Kill Watcher get? Doesn't it get
Volt
Volt
Absorb.
Volt
Absorb?
Absorb
Yeah, you Volt
and
Absorb. You go
Wind
like
Rider.
Terra Water, Terra Flying Hurricane, Terra Water. Like
It
you could
gets
do that.
it has a signature ability too.
That doesn't matter. You run Volt Switch. You run Volt Absorb every week.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but like I'm just saying it's there.
I don't like the Overquill without Raid. I think Overquill really sucks without Raid.
I
Like in
guess,
Rain, it's
yeah.
a menace. Outside of it, it's just kind of
It's a
bad.
And
spike absorber, honestly.
outside
It's a
of
T
raid,
spike absorber. Yeah, it has Bar
it's
Barrage.
just
It can
worse
stack
Coalfish.
spikes. It has Intimidate. It's a decent mob, but for 11 points, huge overpay.
It's worse Coalfish outside of rain.
I wouldn't call it worse. It's worse than Hisuian Quillfish, because Hisuian Quillfish can run like Eviolite and be bulkier. I don't think
Yeah.
it's worse than regular Quillfish outside of Raid.
No, it is not worse than regular Quillfish. What the hell are you on?
Yeah. Like unless your plan is to set up manual raid, you have Weather Ball or Kilowattrel and Swift Swim Overquill, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
That
this
can also
team is just Iron Valiant and Inshallah, because I don't know if the rest of the team can really like win
Yeah.
games. Cerulege might catch someone off guard with like weakness policy,
Because
weak
like
armor.
there's
here's the
only fairy resist are the Alolan Dug Trio and the Cerulege, so
yeah, it's
Yeah,
neutral on Hisuian. I mean on
on
Overquill.
Overquill,
Overquill.
yeah.
And here's the thing too: ground types are also a bit of a problem because it does normal damage to Valiant, Tatsugiri, and Dunsparce and
Yeah,
Goblin
he can
Tale.
just click
Yeah.
EQ and like his only switch is Kilowattrel and I guess Squawkabilly, but like you're one rock slide predict away from
Floragato
losing those
too,
mods.
it's an Eevee like grass mon, so he can probably take a ground move.
I mean, Floragato takes a
Can
grass move, but it's a Floragato. It doesn't get Flower Trick, right? That's only Meowscarada?
Yeah, that's only
yeah.
Meowscarada.
Yeah. I mean, it still has what? Knockoff, it still has
Here's
spikes,
the
T
thing too:
spikes,
U-turn.
if
U-turn.
someone runs ground and EQ, he can't Terra kill Watcher because he has to stay with the flying
With the
type. Because
flying
if
type.
he knows
Unless
he's
he's
Terra,
Terra Flying, which he
Well,
could be.
he could be. But I'm saying like, yeah, kill Watcher's only option then if locked in by a ground type is Terra flying.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like ground types hard check this guy's
Or he
team.
could have like Terra like grass or some shit. See, this is why I would have liked the Cerulege, because you can like Terra Bug on an EQ. You have Flash Fire, so like you're not scared of like a
Yeah.
fire move. Like Terra Cerulege would make this team so much better, but as it stands,
Absolutely.
it's an Iron Valiant. I don't think I can put it in C tier,
Yeah,
but I
I
think it's
think
a
it's
low end of B
B.
tier team.
I
Yeah,
think it's I
I'm
think
down
it's
to put him in
above
B.
Ryan's team, but under Strikers.
No, I like Riot's
No,
team better.
Ryan's team is way better
I
than
think
his
Iron
because
Valiant's better than Palafin, but like the rest of Ryan's team, I think is better than the rest of Brandon's team.
Okay, I can agree with that then.
and then plus also here's the thing too. I don't think this team has a good hazard setup.
He has Overquill, he has a
Yeah,
little Dougie gets rocks, Dudsparce gets rocks, I'm pretty sure. Florigato
yeah,
should get spikes and T-spikes, like Meowscarada does. I think he's fine on that front.
yeah.
For removal, he has Kilowattrel, Squawkabilly, I think it's Defog.
Yeah,
I can
Squawk really
handle
does get defog.
There you go.
it. Yeah, yeah, I do.
All right. So next
No, it
team,
doesn't get defogged. Squawk does not get
it
defogged.
Oh,
does
it does?
not.
I thought that.
No, it does
Oh.
not.
Damn, what a skill issue. Anyways, next team we have is it do I pronounce it scary or scary? I don't know.
I think it's Scary.
Scary? That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay, so we have
Same.
Scary, coach of the Westview Meowsticks. Her team is Urshifu Rapid Strike, Arbor Rouge, Ursaring, Bramblegast, Carbink, Goldango, Rotomfan, Morgrem, Mousehold, and Samurott. The Terra Captains are Ursaring, Carbink, and Mousehold. So,
I love Terra Carbink. It's a demon. It's pretty
yeah,
good.
you could
All
just Terra
really with
Fairy and like do something funny with it.
Yeah.
Keep the fairy
Terra
type in.
Fighting is also a possibility.
Yeah,
here's
because
the thing.
press.
Here's the thing, though. Most of this person's matches. I'm guaranteeing that they're just gonna run Terra Household and just do pollination bomb.
Pollination bomb? This thing's a
Well,
Pollen.
bee now? Population bomb. You population bomb and then you
you just
Terra Dark Technician bite
yeah.
to
You
hit
just put a
ghosts.
Rocky Helmet
Or
user
you
on
Terra
Ursaring.
Normal Facade Guts Facade Ursaring. That also works. It's basically just a mini Ursaluda.
True, and then also Ursa Ring could run Eevee too. If
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also true. So
Like
Goldango or Shifu Rapid is kind of crazy.
it is. It is very scary.
And like there is like hazard stacking potential in this team. Carbink gets rocks, Bramble gets spikes. That's not
Yeah.
actually that's less hazards than I thought it had. Never mind.
Goldango just comes in on like any hazard removal because like it can't be defogged. It's a spin blocker.
It's a bin blocker, yeah. So like Urshifu Rapid Goldango is pretty crazy. Armor Rouge is a decent mon. You could potentially do some dumb shit with weak armor, weakness
Mortem
policy.
does, Mortem gets Prankster as well, so you can
Morgrim,
just
yeah,
do some
Morgrim is
pranking.
just mini Grimmsnarl. You
Freeze.
go Prankster Screens, Prankster Party Shot, go or Shifu or like Goldango, like
And punch
Sword
holes.
Stance, Nasty Plot, and just win. I don't like Bramblegast. I think the mod sucks, but it has spikes and it has spin, and that's like
No, no,
something.
I love Bramblegast. I will, because like it also gets what's that grass move that lowers the opponent's attack, but like gives
Strength
you
Sap?
HP too.
Strength tap.
Yeah, yeah, it does get strength snap,
No,
which
I'm
is
not.
pretty
I'm
good.
Overall,
not convinced. The Rotom fan is decent. It's the worst Rotom form, but it is a Rotom. Like it clicks Volt
Yeah,
Switch. It's fast enough.
it gets stab hurricane, so
It does not get Hurricane. It's just Air Slash.
oh, that's
the
unfortunate.
only downfall I see with this team is this team is not that fast.
Yeah, this team is
Yeah,
not fast at all. Um, in fact, the only mon above base that has triple digits in speed is the Mousehold. It's so slow,
it's
but
very slow.
there is like screens to make up for it. So like this team can't
Yeah,
tank hits because you just set up screens.
Yep, you
And it's
well
and
pretty
also you
naturally bulky, right? Like Armor Rouge has good like bulk, or Serene, especially with Eviolite, has good bulk. Bramblegast is bulky. Garbake,
yeah,
it's literally made to tank hits. Right, Goldango, you can run bulky Goldango, you can run like T-Wave Recover on it.
yeah.
yeah, the
Like
fact
this
that it
team is
gets recover is
slow.
insane.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but like there's no, I don't know. Something
I
seems
don't
off about it though.
I know, right? Like I've been looking at this and I'm like, something doesn't feel right besides its speed, but I don't know
Yeah,
what.
I don't know what either. Like we already discussed hazards. Like
Dark and Ghost actually kind of could do something to this
Yeah,
team.
there's a Bramblegat.
yeah,
There's two ghost types, there's a psychic type. Yeah, that could go ham. But Morgrim could like eat those
well,
hits.
yeah,
And
Well, that's
again,
why I also said Ghost could also do something as well.
yeah, but
yeah,
Morgrim also eats that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because Morgrem
But
came
there
out of
are two
Kakarot. Looking at
normal
the top,
types. There's a Carbink, there's a Morgrim.
yeah, because
Urshifu
imagine
could take dark moves.
but
yeah.
imagine if Urshifu is locked into CC because it's banded. You just go to a ghost type and then you're forced to switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at that
But like,
point you
why
do
wouldn't
just
you
go
just let
Morgrim.
Surging Strikes? Because I feel like Surging Strikes just hits everything
Yeah, but
not named a
I think
water
you have
Pokemon.
to run what's the item called? Punching gloves. So like you don't take 50% from Rocky Helmet when you click
Yeah.
Surgery Strikes.
Or protective pads or like whatever the
No,
hell.
but punching gloves boost Surgery Strikes. It's a punching move.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
an
so but
Urshifu Rapid. It has Sword Stance. Like that's just fucking absurd. Why does it have Sword Stance?
For who
why?
knows what reason.
Yeah, but like it
Hmm.
has Urshifu, it has Goldango, it has screens. Like this team is super threatening. I think it's a solid A tier team.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
it
agree.
had more speed, I would have agreed for
I-
S.
if
But
it
it
had better speed tiers, it would be S tier. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
but it's above the bucking Breylooms.
No.
Um, I would say so.
Really.
What? Why are you saying yes?
I mean, I just feel like Urshifu Rapid and Goldango just go so crazy, especially Urshifu. Like that one is just absurd.
But is it better than Enamor's Therian Iron Treads?
I think so. I think it has more like potential to be deadlier, right? And in this like format where 24 people are drafting out of
Yeah.
Paldea decks, I think your top tier is being
Are
like
we going
super threatening.
potential or on paper? Because like on paper, I would take Enamorous, but like potential wise, I would take this team.
I mean, we're
We're
ranking
just
these
gonna have.
teams like theoretically, right? We're because like we're gonna have to see. Obviously, depending on the player, like a good player can pilot a less than
Yeah.
stellar team to like success, right? And a bad player
Right.
could take the best team ever drafted and go like 3-9, right?
Yeah. Because like I'm going out the like basis that everyone is on the same playing field, so we're just going off of on paper teams.
Yeah. Like on paper, I think this team is very good, very capable of making like a deep run to playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm down to put it for top of A.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll concede that.
It would just be S if it had speed, but
If it had
it's
good
this team
better
is
speed
Yeah.
tiers, it
Yeah.
would be S tier, yeah. I think the bar for S tier like is pretty high, and in 24 player Paldea decks, I'm not
It's
sure
hard.
we'll have like too many S tier teams. We might have one or two.
Yeah.
But
my
like I feel like every tier is just gonna be a bit too jank for S tier, if that makes sense.
Yeah. For sure.
yeah.
Because like there's too many people in a
So
limited
Yeah.
far,
match.
Westview was the only closest one we had to S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Matt, coach of the Indiana Tracers, defending ASL champion. His team is King Gambit, Hisuian Lilligant, Dreadnought, Appleton, Cricketoon, Enamorous Therian, Hisuian Sneasel, Sandy Shocks, Quaxwell, and Tauros. And his Terra
All right.
captains are Dreadnought, Appleton, and Hisuian Sneasel.
This is a fire team. I love the Terra Appleton.
Yeah,
It's
the Appleton with
does
Terra can be
everything.
pretty cool. Terra Dreadnought with Shell Smash, I could also see having huge potential. You get rid of the four
Yeah.
times grass weakness.
You could just do times four liquidation from Stealth Smash and just destroy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King Gambit is also a fucking menace with a Supreme Overlord. It just does so much
Yeah.
damage. It's really bulky too. I think it's like one of the best mods like in Paldea decks. Really, it's
I
so
would
nice.
agree if it could Terra, but it can't Terra,
Yeah, it
so
cannot Terra,
Y-
yeah.
No, it cannot.
but like that's
But
a menace.
it can.
Hisuian
It,
Lilligant, I feel like Hisuian Lilligant, you either don't hit hard enough or like you miss like all your moves. That's kind of the
Yeah,
issue with
because
that mod.
that's the hustle
that's
conundrum.
the hustle, baby.
Yeah, if you
The
hit
Italians
with
know about the
hustle,
hustle.
that this mod can be crazy. But
Yo,
again,
Victory
you have
Dance
to
is
hit.
also nutty.
And Amorous
And plus,
Therian, I remember him saying like we should not let this thing Terra because otherwise you're gonna go Terra like Iron Defense Calm Mind and sweep the entire
Yeah.
league and yeah. But I think that
no,
one is good.
fuck
It's
no.
slow, but it's bulky. It could do stuff. You can still Iron Defense Calm Mind Draining Kiss. It doesn't get stored power, unfortunately, but
I'm
You
a
can
It's
big
still
manage.
kid.
very
I have
scary.
this in a league, and I actually think it's pretty fire. But it also takes like a lot of skill to use, which I mean, Matt absolutely has the skill to use this mod.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. The Sandy Shocks is also cool because like it has booster energy. It
Sandy
has dual
Shocks is so
screens.
good. You can run like specs, you can run scarf, you can run like spikes.
You can run screens. It does
You
everything.
can run screens. Someone does get screens. You're right.
Yeah,
I need to draft Sandy Shocks one of these days. I think that this one is so cool.
and then he
You,
gets like webs with Cricketune.
Cricketune and like
you can also
Quaxwell. I mean, Quaxwell can with Eviolite, you can be like pretty bulky.
also here's the thing too with Cricketune. You could also bounce, not bounce, pounce on one of them and just lower their speed as well. So
Yeah,
you could do like some kind of priority thing with Cricketune.
true, true. He does have spin with Quackable or Quaxwell.
I think that is Quackable.
Yeah, no, that's Quaxwell. Quaxwell
Oh,
does
it's
spin.
Quackable.
Like you
Yeah,
can run
Quackable
spin,
is a fully evolved.
roost. Like
That's
I
right.
think it
All
gets.
good.
Does it get Aqua Step?
No, I don't believe so.
No, I don't think so.
Only Quackable gets it, I believe. I can double check.
Let me take a look. I got you. Um,
And like it still
Hartzwell.
has Moxie if it somehow gets a kill.
No, not that I can
Nope,
see.
nope, it does
It
not.
does not.
Thank
Okay.
God.
I mean, it still has Roost. It still has Rapid Spin. It has Eviolite. It can be kind of bulky. Like
Yeah,
this team
It,
is like surprisingly light on the bad Pokemon because I mean, I would say like Kricketune and Quaxwell are the worst boss, but one of them clicks webs and
yeah,
the other clicks spin.
his,
yeah.
his,
Sneasel is also so cool. It's like
Hisuian
pretty
Sneasel is
fast.
pretty cool. I think it's a decent
it's
one.
better than regular
It's
Sneasel, and we've
it's
also seen
better
that
than
nerf.
regular
Yeah,
Sneasel. Yeah, that's true.
because they got nerfed.
Because they have
Oh, they
no
got
knockoff, no
screwed.
triple axle, nothing.
Yeah, they nerfed those
Hey,
ones into the ground.
But
hey.
also, Sneasel doesn't get Night Slash, but Hisuian Sneasel does. Why?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I
People are
don't
so
know, but
tilted from that.
yeah, that's
it's
kind of rough.
painful.
I
But
think
yeah,
this team
it's
is
a
pretty
very
good.
good team.
So, are we agreeing that this actually is a potential S tier?
I wouldn't. I don't know. That's tough.
Um,
That's tough. I would say like top of A.
I think it's a bit early to tell if this is
Yeah,
really S tier. But like King
So,
Gambit is really good, and Amorous is good.
I
because
am down for
I'm down
A.
to say this is the best team so far.
This is the best team
For
so
me.
Yes.
far. I agree.
So, top of A then is what we're unanimously
For
agreeing
now,
on.
yeah, we can go
For
back.
now, because like
Um,
we can after we reviewed everyone, we can like shift some stuff.
I think the
That's
biggest
fair.
question mark is how good is Terra Dreadnought actually?
That's a fair point because I haven't seen much of a Terra Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
that's
the season we allowed Dynamax, there was like a lot of hype with Shell Smashers that could Dynamax, and like those guys
yeah.
ended up all being shit. So, we'll
So
see.
only time
Although
will
I think
tell.
with Terra it would go pretty crazy, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I
but
think
he
it's the
does
best team
have
so
like
far, though.
pretty good Terra captains, I would say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright.
I just need to
Next
see
up.
how Terra Dread works.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Biggest question mark right there.
absolutely. Well, I think the biggest question mark is whether or not Hisui Lilligant was wearing glasses on the day.
That's also true.
I mean, he did run chlorophyll week 1, so
They run
with victory
chlorophyll
dance.
based. He doesn't want to miss. I respect
Because
it.
it
I
does get a
respect the.
move call.
I was gonna say I respect the hustle, but he's chlorophyll, huh?
Yeah.
I respect the
Because, like,
lack of hustle.
let me see. I'm pretty sure it gets a move called Victory
Victory
Dance. Like,
dance, yeah, it's
yeah.
Dragon Dance and Bulk Up in one. It's a
If he
physical
was
But,
a
yeah.
quiver
talent,
dance.
Yeah. Okay.
if he was a talent, he would run Hustle.
With
True.
wide lens hustle, baby.
Wide lens hustle,
Exactly.
88 accuracy at all your moves.
Now it's your team,
Yep,
Bill.
it's my team. This is coached by me, the FC Victini Pilsen. So
On
my
an
team:
S tier,
Volcarona, Gudra, Rotom Regular, Berserker, Dedenne, Meowscarada, Galarian Slowking, Gabite, Dondozo, and Crocolore. So First of all, Terra Volcarona is absurd. I think this one should have gone like first overall,
Yeah, yeah.
and
No,
Exactly.
I
I don't
got
think
it.
The
first
fact that
overall, but like top five
What
maybe.
would you pick for? Oh no, no, you're right. Spectrier exists. That's first overall.
Yeah, and then
that's
like
true.
Iron Valiant, Qian
I
Pao.
would not pick the 25-point mons over a Volcarona Necantera. I'm sorry.
True.
Absolutely.
Neither would
Absolutely.
I, but like I'm just saying from like on paper type stuff, people would rather have.
All I gotta say,
Yeah.
nothing for but my respect for picking the Don. As an Italian, we kiss to the Don.
Dondozo's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So I have no idea how I got any of this team. I have
Yeah,
Volcarona, Meowscarada, Glowking. I don't think any of those mods should have realistically made it to me, but here we are.
yeah. Gloating is
Yeah,
insane because like it gets like chilly
It
reception.
gets
It
chilly
gets
reception. Yeah, it also
but
got
that
toxic and teeth spikes this gen.
yeah,
Glowbro didn't get either of those, by the way. I just want to make that clear.
does
of course.
Galarian also have teleport?
No, it's
No,
just chilly reception. But chilly reception is good enough.
it's better teleport.
I wouldn't say
That's
better, but especially since I
It's
don't have like a snow abuser, right?
yeah, or an ice type, I guess. Yeah.
And then looking at the rest of the
Meowscarada's
team, I
crazy.
like Gudra's, big Spadef monster. I mostly just drafted Gudra because I didn't want anyone else to have a Gudra that just walls my Volcarona to infinity.
To infinity, yeah.
Right, I
Makes
have
sense.
a Rotom, I can Volt Switch. I think this team is like pretty ground weak. Like I have the Rotom, I have Volcarona and Terra, I have Meowscarada, but team is pretty ground weak, which is an issue, but I can play around
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Like
And like
I'm also
you
pretty.
don't,
Go ahead.
like you're kind of physically weak because like your only physical wall is Dondozo with like base 115.
Yeah, he also has basically like 150 like the HP.
A chat,
I
yeah,
can make a Crocolore like Fizdef. Berserker has pretty good like natural physical bulk.
yeah. Like
what the
it's play aroundable.
Yeah, like this team has some issues, but I think I can play around most of these issues, aka Terra Quivernance.
Yeah,
also I actually did not know that Galarian Slow King. Right? Is that? Oh no, yeah, that's Galarian Slow King,
That's
right?
Glow King,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I didn't know this move existed. Eerie Spell. I've never heard of that move before.
I don't know
It's
what you're
new.
talking about, but which means it's probably not a good move.
It just removes 3 PP from like the target's last used move, so it's
That
not
does not
great.
sound that does not sound worth. Yeah.
It's not great because it's only 8 PP, so you
Oh
don't get that
yeah.
many uses out of it.
Yeah. How are you gonna PP stall when you have a move with 8 PP?
Yeah, you're
You just
better
you
off running like Future Sight Sludge
Future
Bomb.
Sight, yeah, or even just like a raw
I
like
just didn't know
Psychic or
that.
Psyshock.
I just never heard of that move before. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's for
bad.
good reason. Don't worry. I'm also pretty happy with like my lower tier picks. Like Berserker's decent. It has rocks. It has U-turn. That's all I could really ask for.
Yeah,
The Dene, actually low-key kind of fire. Like it's a fast
it,
electric. It can volt switch. It has like
It
Nuzzle,
can self
Super
and like
revive
with
weak
Fang.
Terra,
pouch.
it can be bulky, so like you don't have to run Terra Volcarona every week.
Yeah,
Dude, Terrace Field the Dene with cheek pouch, and you would just be tanky. You
yeah.
would just refuse to die.
And then like Gabite is more of a throwaway pick really, but like it has rocks, it has spikes,
It's
and
got Dragon Tail.
it has Dragon
It
Tail
could,
as well. Yeah,
it could finish off him on if I wanted to with rough skin.
yeah.
Yeah,
I could run like Rocky Helmet Rough Skin to just sack it against like a physical mon like if although I don't think I
like
actually played Palafin in a regular season, but hypothetically, I just throw it at Palafin, and it takes like 70 from like Wave Crash Recoil, Rocky Helmet Chip, and like Iron
rough
Barbs, a
skin.
rough skin.
Yeah,
Theoretically, it would be funny,
it
right? So
would be
like,
very funny.
and then Crocolore has Unaware. Dondozo has Unaware. I have two Unaware
Yeah,
mods, right? So I think my
You
low
do.
tiers like they're like not. I mean, I think Gabite's kind of a shit mod, but like,
yeah.
it's not
I
like
would have loved to see you Terra the Crocodile instead of the Gubite.
I can't because Volcarona has 14 points. I have to Terra two 3-point mods.
Oh, is Crocodile not three?
No, it's four.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
If Crocodile was 3, I would have loved to Terra that mod,
Yeah, okay.
but unfortunately not. But
Yeah.
no, I think I have a pretty solid team. There's some
You
issues
do.
with it,
No,
you know,
I like it's a fire team.
but they're manageable. I have no hazard removal, but I mean,
You got decent speed as well. You're decent.
yeah, I
Yeah,
always make sure to draft like respectable speed tiers. They're not as good as I'd
yeah.
like because there's a 22-point gap between Meowscarada and my next fastest mon, which is kind of
But that's
annoying.
not too bad, especially in 24 Mons. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Because the only things outspeeding you are like what Inteleon.
Inteleon's base
Uh,
120.
okay,
Meowscarada
120.
outspeeds.
Okay, so like what Regieleki and those types.
Something like that, yeah. But my main concern is
Yeah,
that like base 120 speed mons can run like Adamant or Modest, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's the problem when you
but
have bad speed tiers is when like things can run like Modest or Adamant, right?
yeah.
But it's manageable.
Yeah. You got talent. I mean, not you have Volcarona. It's all
Potential.
good.
You have
Yeah.
cooking
I
potential.
I have
Yeah,
I have Terra Volcarona, alright? I have probably like the best mod you can draft. The second best.
yeah,
Spectrier's the best.
yeah. I would put this team under Matt.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
The question is, where does it go? Is it better than Scari's team or worse? Because I
I would say
definitely think it's better than like all the B tier teams for sure.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So I put you. So we're
I
doing
would say
A.
yeah above Scary.
All
So
right,
how does this look?
Yeah,
I'll take that.
because I feel like you have more offensive pressure than they do.
It's hard to compete with Urshifu Rapid and Goldango, but I do have a Terra Volcarona, so you
Yeah,
know,
you got Terraform on ground too.
I have the weakness to ground. I have a Terra Volcarona. Oh,
Yeah,
the
and you
sun.
have
Oh, we're gonna
Meow.
die? Like World War III is starting? Okay, but I have a Terra
You have a move
Volcarona.
that always crits. That's stab.
I do, yeah. Flower Trick is really good. Meowscarada is a really good mod.
It is a
I've
very
been
good mod.
super hyped to try this mod out.
And like your speed tiers are better than Scari's, which is why I'm putting you above them.
Yeah.
All right. So next team we have Moon. One of the Scuff Boys, coach the Jersey Dunsnore. His team is Azelf, Mimikyu, Copper Greedent, Ampharos, Cinderace, Gastrodon, Hariyama, Quilladin, and Skunting. His Terra captains are Mimikyu, Greedent, and Ampharos.
Hey, I haven't seen much of a Terra ingredient besides ground.
But Terra
So
Ghost is a pretty good as well on Gradient.
It has Cheek Pouch as well, right? You could do some fun stuff with that for sure. Does that have
Yeah.
base 20 speed? Holy shit, I didn't realize that.
It's slow. I think it gets like belly drum too.
I guess he's pretty fat, huh? That makes
It's
sense.
a
yeah,
very fat squirrel.
again, this is another team that's good, but has very low speed.
It's weird because like other than Azelf Cinderace, it's nothing's like super threatening other
Yeah.
than like SD Terra Mimikyu.
I think if he had like a base like 100, 105 mon, like for the speed tiers, it would help a lot. But
Yeah.
Holy shit, is this team freaking thick?
It's it's very bulky, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's thick with three C's.
yeah,
True, true.
true. I think one issue here with Cinderace is that I think Cinderace works best when you have like other like really good like offensive threats, or like you have like crazy amounts of bulk. Like I remember one time I drafted Cinderace. I paired it with Regenerator Core of Slowbro and Amoonguss, and like that did really well. I had like a
Yeah.
Thunder Asterion that also got like a lot of kills. I don't think this team really has like the offensive potential. Like you can
The
like
kill
the
potential.
kill potential, yeah. Like Azelf is a good
Oh,
mon. It has mystical power. You could do like some dumb shit with that.
I mean, I would see it more of like a Sash lead explosion, maybe.
Yeah,
Just
but I
like
feel like
triple
that's
explosive.
so like 2008.
Yeah, but
Like
we
that's
love the
some
old
DPP
strats.
OU shit.
We miss DPP in this house.
we
True.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like the bulk. I mean, there's a
well,
Gastrodon, but like
it can't tear.
Well,
Also,
I don't think not
find
being able to Terra is an issue because you have like all the grass resist in the world that you really need. Like this team doesn't
Yeah,
have a lot of like longevity aside from like Gastrodon and I guess Greener. Like there's no really like
yeah.
reliable recovery on any of these mods.
Having a wish pass on this team would have
Oh,
made it a
Wish
lot
Passer
better.
would have been good, yeah.
also ground kind of checks his team.
Ground kind of checks a lot of teams
Ground
recently.
does check a lot of teams. It's one of the best offensive types, yeah. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, and like some of the previous teams didn't really grab a ground type or like a very scary one.
Yeah. Although the previous
Yeah, but
teams, like Moon doesn't play those teams in regular season, so that means all the good ground
Yeah,
types are with the teams he has to face.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
um, so Ampharos, I like Ampharos. Slow Volt
Terra's
Switch, you could
Ampharos is
very
good.
good.
Terra.
Yeah,
Terra freaking
Terra
Ampharos
Mimikyu
can
has
go
a lot of
crazy.
potential for sure.
yeah. Caparaja does get rocks, which is
Copper
nice.
gets
So
rocks, Azelf gets rocks, Quilladin gets
But
spikes.
Proparaja did get nerfed quite a bit with its move pool.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's still a decent mod. Gastro gets rocks and spikes. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
He could do T spikes on a skunk tank as well.
Does that mod get T spikes?
I don't. I think it lost it.
Did it ever
It
have
could.
T spikes? I can't recall that.
I
Let
can't
me.
recall either. I gotta check this out.
Has smog? Yeah, it does have T spikes.
It does. Okay, well there you go.
Okay, interesting.
So I don't think this team has the I don't think this team is super scary. Like there's an Azelf and a Cinderace, and Cinderace is a pretty good mon. Azelf also a good mon, but like I mean I guess Hariyama does hit super hard,
Yeah,
but
And it has priority faked out as well. Still,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know if you run fake out in singles that often. Like I think you'd
right.
see more like of like bullet punch maybe,
Yeah.
that's true.
right?
Yeah, and its only
And like
removal is that court change, right?
Skuntank doesn't have defog anymore, right? No.
Yeah, it lost defog.
So it is just court change.
Hmm.
I mean, it's still better than mine. I don't think I have any, but
If
Yeah,
it, uh, but also if he's dealing with a mon that's setting up like crazy, he could just swap the skunk tank and do haze or smog and just reset.
yeah,
yeah, but he would have to like live a hit, which is kind of an issue. He would need to keep it in like pristine condition if that's his plan.
and like not having a wish passer just
Yeah, if this
gets
team had
rid.
a wish passer for all these months without reliable recovery, it would be so much better.
Yeah,
But like it doesn't have the like absurd, like sheer ridiculousness of like I don't know, a Valiant or a Palafin or a Terra Volcarona or like an
Or
yeah.
Urshifu
Rory
Rapid,
Moon.
right? Or Aurora
And like
Moon, yeah, right.
with like they also have 1 point remaining, so like I feel like you could use that 1 point.
I don't know. There's not a lot of
Yeah,
mods available, is the issue.
true.
Like,
Yeah,
there's not a lot you can do with that, I'm gonna be honest.
That is
yeah, that
true.
makes sense.
But yeah, I think this team either needs like a scarier like offensive threats or like a wish patzer, and it would be a lot better. But as it
Yeah,
stands, I
for
think
sure.
it's like somewhere in B tier.
I'm down for that, but where in B tier?
Middle of
Um,
the pack and B.
somewhere in the middle, I'd say.
Okay, so we got fencing fire ferrets first.
Is that top
Would
of B
that
tier?
that
Say
no?
below that.
I'm at top of B.
Okay.
It goes for B. It goes me, Ryan, and then fire ferret.
I would put this under the fire first.
Um, let's see. It's a Terra Valley, not a Terra Valley. It's a Valley.
It's
What's
just a,
it with a Terra Kilowattrel, right?
but it also has Cerulege on it, and like Cerulege go dumb.
Yeah. Um, like I feel like the fire ferrets get better if you just like swap the Terra from Kilowattrel to Ledge and then sort out the points with that.
Yeah,
This team, I mean, it's kind of hard because like free agency is gonna be rough because it's Paldea decks,
very hard.
24 players, right? And do I think this team, as like a unit, is better than an Iron Valiant, plus the rest of the team?
So we're doing. So we're green now, above Fire Thrower but below Ryan.
Um,
Palafin above the Valiant.
I definitely don't think it's a. I definitely think this team is below Ryan. I'm not sure if it's above Brandon.
Yeah, like that's tough because like Valiant, Cerulege, Kilowattrol against what like Azov, Cinderace, Mimikyu.
Mimikyu, like Gastro, Hariyama's
So we're just.
decent.
Should we just keep it below then at bottom B?
Yeah, sure.
I
Bottom
think
would
they're
be
pretty even. I'll put it like
yeah, like
below because it's an Iron Valiant.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Iron
They're
Valiant.
like on the same like exact tier.
All right, what's up
Yeah.
next?
I
So
believe
next up, I
is
sure
it my
wonder
turn?
who it is. This
It's you,
Kite
buddy.
person? Never
Sadly,
heard of him.
Who? I've never heard of this person.
I've never heard of this person either. But
Not a member of the mob family. Don't know
Yeah,
you.
this
my
Keat
team,
person.
yeah, this really super cheap person. But nah, my team is Samurai Hisui, Screamtail, Rubber Room,
Sweet.
Masquerain, yeah, Hisui, Thwacky, Donphan, Talonflame, Zoroark Hisui, Raichu, and Primeape. My Terra Captains are Masquerain, Thwacky, and Raichu.
Are already mastering an insane Terra Captain.
Oh, it's so
Um,
nice.
I would have liked to see Primate Revavroom as Terra Captains. I think they would be like
Yeah,
super cool.
so like I had like plenty of options. Like I debated having Talonflame as a Terra Captain
I
and
could
work
see
around the
that.
points that way. So like I had options, but I wanted like some of my low tier Pokemon to shine. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's make them Terra Captains.
That's fair.
Yeah,
But like I do think like because Primate like it's just a mini Annihilate, right? You can run
Yeah,
Eviolite, Bulk Up, Rage Fist. Like I think that with
yeah.
Terra's a menace. Terra Revavroom with Shift Gear also kind of a
With
menace.
like Terra Electric,
yeah.
yeah, I could go crazy.
Yeah,
It's an interesting take with the Raichu because the first thing that just came to my mind with it, because I don't see a Terra all that much, is you just do Terra Electric and just run an air balloon.
So like my plan with
I
it
could
was
I
like
would think Terra. I get Surf
Terra
right.
Ice or Terra Grass is what I
Terra
was
Ice,
leaning.
Terra Water, Terra Electric. I could see any of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I
it's
was just
basically
thinking like
mini. It's mini Regieleki.
that's true. But the masquerade, that thing is gonna put in work for you with
Yeah,
Terra.
I'm very excited to use it.
Yeah, I could see that. I will say, I feel like this team could use like a like super like high level threat to pair with Hisuian Samurott because I
Yeah,
feel like Hisuian Samurott like is like one of the high level threats on your team, and I'm not the
yeah.
biggest fan of that because it's kind of just a ceaseless edge button.
Yeah. No, I
It's a
agree.
good mod.
Definitely
I
agree with
have
it.
it in the GBA community tour, and it's
Mm.
really good, but I don't think it
Well,
can carry a team's offensive potential, if that makes
It's
sense.
definitely not going to carry the team's offensive pressure, but like I didn't want to just have offensive mons and not have anything and not have any other pieces to use around it.
Right.
So I'd rather build a solid team rather than, hey, this is my biggest threat. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You got a pretty good
Although
speed
I
as
think
well.
if any format is
Yeah,
gonna allow for like, hey, this is my biggest threat, what are you gonna do about it? It's probably 24 player draft Paldea
yeah,
decks. See, this is where I would like the Rev of Room and Primeape as Terra captains because
yeah.
those could like
Because
carry
like
your
be
offensive potential.
character threats
You
as
can
well.
also
Yeah,
disguise the Zoroark as one of your Terra captains, and they're like, okay, is this gonna Terra? Is this not gonna Terra? Is this even the mod I'm fighting? Is this a Zoroark? Right?
yeah. And like I like what grassy terrain gives me with Thwacky. Just good
Yeah,
residual recovery, covers my ground weakness, or not weakness, but like just ground
No, like
or
inconvenience.
yeah,
yeah,
inconvenience to Rever Room because like it's quad weak to that move.
You're
yeah.
honestly, you got a bit more problem. I was gonna say rock, but you have mons that can kind of resist it with Revroom and
You have
Primeape.
Revavroom,
Yeah,
you have Primeape, you have Donphan. I think it's fine on
Donphan.
rock coverage. In
Yeah,
terms of speaking of rock, in terms of rockers, Screamtail gets rocks, Donphan gets rocks. I think you're fine
yeah,
on that. Ceaseless Edge exists. Revavroom gets T spikes. Masquering gets vibes. I think Primeape gets rocks. I know Annihilate does. I'm not sure about
I
Primeape.
can double check. I'm pretty
Let
sure
me look.
Primate does as well.
I'll take a look.
Okay.
I gotcha. Also, but you don't have that much bulk. The way
No,
I
he does. He can run a bulky Revavroom, Eviolite
I can run bulky
Primeape,
Samurott, bulky
Screamtail,
Donphan.
Donphan's pretty bulky. He has enough bulk. Talonflame can be
the
bulky as
reason why
well.
I didn't say that is because I never really worked with a Hisui Samurai,
Yeah.
so I didn't know that thing could be bulky as hell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Primate does get rocks.
I will say, when since I have Jesus Samurai in the GBA tour, its speed tier is pretty jank versus a lot of teams where like it doesn't really
Yeah.
outspeed things you want to be outspeeding. So you can invest a lot into bulk, like near max bulk, and you can tank like a
Good
surprisingly like
amount, good chunk.
good
It's
chunk of
also
hits. Yeah,
decent. It's a decent assault vest user as well, which is
I could see that. Yeah.
always great.
You could do you do like Primate too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Eviolite Primate. That's why I want this as a Terra Captain, because you go Eviolite, Bulk Up, Rage Fist, and it's
yeah.
just a mini Annihilate. Like, I think if you made change your Terra Captains to be Revavroom and Primate, I think this team becomes so much better.
Of course. But like, I want
You wanted
some
some
like,
more Manthe Shine.
yeah. Because like, I really wanted Thwacky as like one of my Terra captains. Because like, I've always wanted to use it as a Terra captain. Because like,
I mean, you
Terra
can make that
Steel,
work, because you can
yeah,
run as
Terra
your third
Steel, Terra
captain.
Water. True.
But yeah.
We'll figure it out. Because like,
Like
masquerading with Terra is crazy.
looking at your freaking Primate, its move pool is kind of cracked.
It is very cracked.
It is, yeah, it's a Primate.
It's
It's
it's, it's
pretty
a
good.
slept on Mon. Because like everyone wants the annihilate.
So, who
True.
do we have in 8 here right now? It's Matt, myself, Scary, and that's it, right? So
I
far?
Yeah, just
believe so.
Bucking Brain,
Oh, Jake.
Westview
Oh,
Miastic, you, and then Frostlaus.
Um, I need to look at Jake's team again. 1 second.
it's the Enamorous team, I believe. Yeah.
And then Mysterian, Treads, Greninja team, Espeon, and Driftbloom as Terra captains. I think this
You're
is like bottom end of A tier. If Revavrim and Primeape were Terra Captains, I would probably put you like between Matt and I.
Okay.
I mean, because like I do have a Terra Volcarona, but I think like this team
Yeah.
is just
At the end of the
more
day, yeah.
threatening in general. Like there's more threats to deal with.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure.
Next one. Who is up next?
So we have Famous,
So
who
bottom end of
despite being
A is what we
famous,
said.
Yeah,
yeah,
bottom A for you, Kite.
Okay, cool.
despite being famous, I've never heard of him, so can't be that famous surely.
Surely.
True.
So
I
his
We'll
don't see the
figure
team,
it out.
paparazzi.
yeah, there's the paparazzi. So his team: Ursaluna, Blissey, Mudsdale, Flareon, Carkol, Pelipper, Basculegion Male, Ditto, Pachirisu, and Palmo. Not Palmot, just Palmo. Just wait until it evolves, it'll give Nick PTSD. Don't worry about it.
Of course, of course. Is
So,
Last Respects banned?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And revival blessing.
Okay.
I don't think Palmo gets Revival Blessing, just the Palmot.
This is a very slow team aside from Rain and Ditto.
Yeah, Ditto. I mean, it's a Ditto, right? It can do things.
Yeah.
Ursaluna's a menace. It can't Terra, but it's still a menace.
It's very much a menace, but like you don't have a
I
tricky
don't like the
setter.
Mudstill. Firstly, on rain. Secondly, when there's an Ursaluna right there.
Yeah, you already have your ground. Like you're like
Um,
kind of weak to your water, and like Pelipper is just boosting that.
yeah, you have Flareon, you have Mudstill, you have Ursaluna. Carkol can Terra out of it, but still, you're not
It's
Terraing
still
the
gonna hurt.
Carkol. Like you have a,
He doesn't
I mean, you
have.
can, but like you have a
Yeah,
Basculegion. That's kind of your Terramon.
yeah,
Basculegion is really scary though, right? Especially in rain. And like even if
yeah.
you
Absolutely.
don't want to bring rain, you still
It's
have
got like pretty
adaptability.
solid, yeah, mold breaker too.
Blissey, I'm not the biggest fan of Blissey because it lost teleport. I think is just such a huge momentum sink, but it can still
Yeah,
wall special attackers.
it's still a wall.
Yeah. Um. So the Ursaluna is scary. The Basque Legion's scary. Like a lot of teams are gonna struggle to like contend with those. They don't stop setup sweeps. I think the rest of the team is pretty rough though, but still's a decent one. But
Yeah,
like, I don't know if it really fits that well in rain. Like, and you already have an Ursaluna.
yeah,
His speed though is also a major issue.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like outside of Rain Ditto, it's
like outside of
non-existent.
Basque Legion and Rain, it's so slow.
Yeah. I don't understand the Flareon in Rain though.
He just wants like the well, he has a Carkol for fire as well. I don't really
Like,
know.
cause
So
like
I'm
you,
not a
I guess he just wants a
honestly.
wish passer.
yeah, cause it's a lot of like you're using the same type. Cause like you have two electrics, two
Two
fires,
Two
fires, two
grounds,
two
grounds.
grounds. I don't mind the two
two
waters because like
normals.
it's rain,
The
so
Biddle's
you
not
don't.
even a normal type. It's whatever it wants to be.
Yeah,
It's whatever it's in
we'll,
front of it.
we'll call it the mystery type.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the mystery type with mystery
Well,
stats.
technically, no. He still has two normals with Ursaluna and
No,
Blissey.
yeah, he does have two normals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay,
I don't think he really switches into CC that well. Sure, he has a Pelipper, but most like fighting types will get like a Thunder Punch.
And
yeah.
does
And
that
He
Basque
if he did,
Legion,
but if
he doesn't switch into ground fighting very well.
yeah, besides the
So like a
Pelipper, but
Drake
again,
Blast
like
or
that's one
something.
coverage move away from being rolled. Basque
Yeah,
Legion, you don't want to like aggressively switch your Basque Legion into like a close combat, right? Because if they don't
yeah,
click close
no,
combat, like you lose your best mon. Well,
yeah,
I think it's the best mon because it has Terra and it's in rain.
yeah. Cause like as long as like the opponents can deal with rain, you should be fine.
Yeah,
so but that's the thing. That's a giant if with 24 players.
Yeah, for sure,
true.
for sure.
So I'm down to put this as C, but above Yami.
I think
Okay.
it's a top end of C as well because it has
Yeah, top end of C, lower end of D.
Ursaluna, Basque Legion are still
No,
super
I
fucking
will say it's
scary.
not as good to be in potential B, but it's top of C.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All
Up
right.
next,
So next up we have Mordum, coach of
This
the
is the
Valley
Spectrier team,
Volcaronas.
right?
Yep, Spectrier,
like,
Toxapex, Braviary, Leafeon, Mischievous, Slitherwing, Lucario, Luxray, Vilas, and Ferrodraft. This team's an instant F tier. You drafted the dumb horse.
agree.
Now this mod should be banned.
Agree.
All right, listen, I voted for this mod to be banned. But people wanted it
Me as
at
well.
20. It learns training kits. Why? Why did they give Spectrier
Who
training
cares if it plays
kits?
base 50?
It's who cares if it's base 50? It hits dark type
So
super
what?
effectively and heals itself.
And Shadow Knight and it's C with substitute and nasty plot?
Ah,
But
you
like
go sub
Spectrier
nasty
barely
blood,
slithering
hex,
is
draining kiss,
crazy.
and you 6-0 every team.
So what if this person has Terracats and Slitherwing? They're Spectrier.
Look, Spectrier plus Slitherwing is broken.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking insane.
Everything else on their team is mid. It's just those two mods can.
Um,
Still F tier. They're Spectrier.
so the Pex
Like,
could get up T spikes. You could also run the assault vest set.
yeah, because like T Spikes plus Hex on Spectrier is just as
Braviary
good.
has defog, so you have hazard removal. Leafeon, I like it as a budget grass type. The Mischievous, I mean, it spin blocks if you want. It has Levitate. It has 3 immunities. You could use that with Terra, maybe. Slitherwing with Terra is really fucking good. I really like that
It's like
mod.
Terra Bug first impression.
Terra Bug First Impression. You can like Terra out of like your flying weakness.
Yeah,
Lucario's a solid mod. I always like hate prepping for this mod because like
yeah.
it can be
It can run
physical, it can be
physical,
special, like it
ballistic.
has nasty
Yeah,
plot, source dance, choice band.
You get you
it
can
gets
also
Vacuum Wave,
EBY.
Bullet Punch.
Yeah. It's a solid mod. It's gonna be
Farigiraf is very interesting though.
what's interesting.
Yeah,
The Farigiraf.
Ferrodraft's a decent like wish passer. Has like base 120 HP. It's passing fat wishes. It's a decent utility mod. It's immune to a priority moves,
Yeah,
which is pretty funny.
it's also immune to Ghost.
Yeah, it's immune to Ghost, which when you have a Spectrier, a
Their speed
Mischievous.
is good, but like it's nothing
The fact that the
outstanding.
next fastest mod after Spectrier is base 95, everything like below 130, like between like um
105 and
105 and how much does 110? Base 110 is what 319 when it's like adamant or modest, right?
I
because
believe
base
so.
100 at timid is 328.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Base 95 I know is 317, but like I think like in adamant like let's say like a modest Hisuian Zoroark I think hits 319 speed. So like everything
yeah,
between like base 129 and 110 is gonna be running like adamant or modest against this team. I don't really like that. But it doesn't matter because
So
Spectrier goes in the dumpster F tier.
yeah.
exactly after.
All right,
Also,
cool.
go keep this in mind. You have the better Volcarona.
I'm pretty sure people think this is a Larvesta actually, but yes, I do have the better Volcarona.
True.
So we agree.
Also,
F
can I
tier.
just say another reason for this team to go in F tier? Whenever Slitherwing stands up on two
Two
legs,
legs.
it reminds me of a it looks like a furry Duraludon trying to cosplay Volcarona, and I hate that.
Wait, I
It
gotta
F
see this.
tier.
Hold on, hold on,
Interesting.
hold on. I need to look at this. Hold on.
It's a furry Duraludon cosplaying
It's very
Volcarona.
fluffy. It is very fluffy.
Oh my god! What? That is cursed.
Yeah, that's why it's F tier.
I agree.
In all
It's cursed.
seriousness, I
I
think this
think it's
team
like
is probably S tier because Spectrier is
probably
crazy.
But
Spectre
that's the thing.
plus.
That's putting that's an this is another team where you're putting your eggs in one basket.
Not really. There's a Terra
Not really.
Slitherwing.
And like Lucario is good. Mischievous is pretty good as Terra Captain as well.
Yeah,
Man,
Mischievous
still
is a good three
Spectre.
pointer.
Yeah. Having two normals and two fightings is odd, but it
They
works
don't.
out.
I mean, I don't think the normal types share any common weaknesses, though.
Yeah, they don't.
The fighting's kind of. I mean, they're both weak to fire. I think that's it, though.
Yeah.
Fire really kind of checks this team. Kind of.
There's a
I mean, yeah, the
Toxapex right there.
Toxapex. Yeah.
And
It is
Armor
very.
Rouge would, but then Armor Rouge just gets rolled by Spectrier, so who cares?
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
like,
because Spectre.
it's very good.
Right, if Spectrier was 25, I mean, there would be no Slitherwing, but there would still be like a Toxapex for T-Spikes. But even still, that mod should be banned. It's fucking absurd. The fact that it's 20 is crazy. I think that this mod just makes the team S tier, because it was drafted decently around. Like, you don't even have to draft like a crazy team around Spectrier. As
It
long
was
as it's
drafted
like
at
decent,
13th.
like it's S tier, because Spectrier is just fucking broken. But
Yeah.
this goes
It
in
was
F
drafted
tier
at pick
because
13.
this is
So,
Here.
we're rioting. This is a protest. We're putting
Exactly,
it in
because of
F tier
riot.
out
This
of
is a
okay.
protest.
protest.
Alright. Out of
Ban
protest.
Spectre.
We're gonna behead the 5 people that voted for this mod to be legal.
Exactly.
Who
Because I know
voted for this to
someone
be
else
legal?
voted ban
Who
besides
didn't?
me.
I know I voted for the ban. If I didn't, then that's my fault.
You're not
But
a
I know
commissioner.
I.
You did not vote. You
Oh,
do not have an opinion.
oh, fair.
Welcome to democracy.
That's
So,
fair.
who voted to keep this? Matt, Ryan, Nico?
You're my informant.
Sharpie.
You're supposed to tell me.
I'm sure Sharpie voted it to be legal if he thinks Steeler is 10 points.
Yeah, that's wild.
And
Crazy.
Spidops is 8. That's 2 points
Crazy
less.
take. Crazy take.
Oh my god. I
Yeah.
gotta become a commissioner then, so I can vote for this to be
After this
banned.
podcast, we're gonna behead those 3 people. Also, we're a little over an hour 30 in, and we're halfway through. Okay, that's a bit
Yeah,
more than
yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah, we're halfway
Okay, so
through.
who's up next? Who's
So
up
Up
next?
next
up
is
next we have
Octa.
Octa, coach of the Spike Muff
Spike Move.
Squid Squad. There we go. His team:
Toon Town.
Qianpao, Florges, Fortress, Knucklestack, Dracloak, Hisuian Electrode, Salazzle, Hisuian Braviary, Sandaconda, and Frogadier. Another 25-point team. This time it's Chien-Pao, which is a fucking absurd Pokemon.
It
Indeed.
really is.
Yeah, but is it a Terra
But
Volcarona?
No.
but
Exactly.
that paired with Florges is pretty good. The rest of the team is kind of eh.
He has
Terra
to hit on
Hisuian
Fortress.
Braviary is a menace. So there's this league. It's the league that Nick lost in finals because his Florges got paralyzed by Pawmot.
Yep.
And
Oh,
Hisuian Braviary, as a Terra captain, was the kill leader in that league.
that's crazy.
Like, it's actually super good with Terra. Like, you could Terra, you could Esper Wing, get some speed boosts, and just go crazy. You can run, like, Specs Tinted Lens. You can run, what's the other ability it has? Sheer Force? You can run Sheer Force if you really
Life
wanted
Orb Sheer
to.
Force.
I think it gets Sheer Force. I don't remember. It has another good
Yes,
ability.
it has Sheer Force.
Yeah,
I
Sheer
tried Sheer
Force or
Force.
Tinted Lens. Like, you can run either of those, and they're both pretty good. With Terra, it becomes 100 times better. Nickel Stack with Terra is pretty decent. Like, you can try to do something with that. Like, you can have rocks, you have Salt Cure, it can be annoying. With Terra, you can Terra out of the terrible rock typing.
Yeah.
I think this team is, like, pretty solid. I think it's the best, like, 25-point team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because, like, it doesn't, like, the Terra Captain decision choice was good. I think it's just better built around the 25-point one, really. Like, you have a
The only thing,
very reliable
the old,
spinner to get rid of rocks. You have a good wish passer for, like, your team. Hisui and Braviary with Terra's menace. Yeah, you
the
have
only
two
thing with
Volt
this team,
Switchers.
the only thing I can see that could be a problem. I'm not saying it guaranteed is, but could be is fire typing.
Yeah, fire types could be a
Yeah,
menace, but
I
he
can
has a
see that.
Knuckle Stack, and if it's a special fire bond, Florges could just sit on it for, like, eternity.
Yeah.
It's manageable, though. It's manageable.
Yep, that's why I said could be a potential problem.
Yeah. I think it's the best 25-point Mon team, but, like, I mean, it's really just all your eggs in one basket still. There's the Braviary, but I don't think the rest of this team is winning games, right?
Yeah.
No,
But it is a Chen Pao, 24-player Paldea Dex draft, so,
and it's freaking crap.
yeah.
So it's gonna punch holes.
So we put,
It,
have
it's
we
more of a
ranked
glass
all of the
cannon team than a
25-point
bulk team.
Mons? We've ranked Valley and we've ranked Palafin, right?
Yes.
There's one
This is
more, right?
yes.
Which is, I don't remember the other 25-point mod.
You have the doc. Why don't you just take a look?
Well, yeah, but that's gonna ruin the. Fuck it. Alright.
The I can look it up real fast.
Oh,
It
Bundler.
is
Oh, why would you
Bundle.
draft Bundler at 25? Jesus Christ. Oh, that's my team.
That's a
There's.
throw.
That's a
Who is
throw.
Bundle?
Oh, and it's the next team we're gonna look up. So
Oh my
cool.
Oh,
god.
it's Liam.
Wasn't Bundler picked like fourth overall as well?
I think so.
Yeah, it was.
I know it was like all the 25-point mons went like very fast.
Yeah. Um. So I think this is definitely the best 25-point
We
mod
say
team.
uh, so we guaranteed A tier, but is it S tier?
I
No,
don't. No, it's absolutely not S
no.
tier. I'm not even convinced it's A tier,
A
really.
tier,
I think the
yeah.
Chen Pao Braviary Florges is pretty good. Florges is
I think it's
decent.
like top of B.
It's it's top of B for sure. Is it
Or
bottom
probably
of
the bottom
A?
A?
That's the
I,
question.
I agree with bottom A. I can see that.
Okay, bottom A. Yeah,
Um, I will, I could put this at bottom of A, sure.
yeah.
I think it has enough. All right. Next up, we have Liam, coach of the Minnesota Minior. His team is the Bundler, Galarian Moltres, Komala, Muck, Electrode, Quagsire, Sableye, Vivian, Chestnut, and Pyroar. His Terra captains are Vivian, Galarian Moltres, and Electrode. So, Bundler,
Galarian
25
Moltres is
points.
crazy.
Yeah. It's a 25-point bundler. All right, here's the issue with bundler. First of all, it can't Terra, right? The problem is
Second,
bundler is pretty one-dimensional. Like in draft, it's not as good as you would think. It's still really good. It's a bundler, but
but
it's not like
you have to
the
hit your hydros.
you have to hit your hydro pumps first of all, and second of all, it's not like the end all be all of like mods in draft, if that makes sense. Like I think Valiant is
Yeah,
like way better in draft. Bundler not as good, right, compared to like OU, right?
yeah,
I think at 20, I think this mod is fine at 20. At 25, I think it's undraftable, honestly, because you just like, gimp yourself so hard with like the rest of your team
yeah,
because it's so expensive. You can't draft an A tier to pair with it. I don't think like this mod is good 80% of the time. It's crazy 80% of the time, but like as a 25-point mod, I really don't see it. It's good, but it's
And
not
here's the thing.
25 good.
Here's also the
yeah.
thing, dude. Gil. I mean, Gol. He took your Quagsire. He took your Quagsire.
You got it right the first time. It's Gil.
Oh, oh, it's Gil. My apologies. Gil. He took your Quagsire.
I mean, he has a Quagsire, which makes his team S tier, makes up for the
I
bundler,
see.
but still.
Because like
Um,
Quag gets T spikes now, right?
it got every hazard this gen. It got rocks, it got spikes, and it got T spikes.
How can we make this mod more powerful? Let's just give it every hazard.
Just give it every
But
hazard, dude. It deserves it. It's a
minus
quag.
webs.
Well, besides minus web.
Acquire the sire. Okay, but webs aren't real. They can't hurt you.
True.
Dude,
See,
imagine
this
if this
man has
dude.
acquired the sire. Alright? It S tier team.
I agree.
True.
Um, so
No,
I
but
do
it's
really like the Terra Electrode because Electrode
yeah.
has actually no coverage. It doesn't. When
It needs
I
Terra
drafted this
Blast.
in GBA, I literally Terra Blasted a Dawnfat. It's not even a Terra mod, by the way. Just raw normal type Terra Blast a Dawnfat. All right. That's how
Yeah,
rough it is. But with Terra, you can like Terra Ice, you can Terra Grass, Water, whatever you need for like
yeah,
the ground type you're facing, and like it actually becomes pretty cool. I think Electrode's a super cool Terra mod.
for sure. It definitely needs it.
Galarian Moltres as a Terramon's also really nice. Like you can run agility, you can run weakness policy if you want, like agility plot.
Yeah,
Right? If only this thing got roost. If only. If
if
only.
only. Unfortunate.
The Vivian, I mean, you compound out Sleep Powder, you compound out Hurricane, Quiver Dance with Terra, that thing can be a menace. Chestnut's a pretty good defensive mon. Quagsire's a pretty
Yeah.
good defensive mon. I think Sableye
Sableye
and
with Pyro
Pyroar are
Spore.
shit mons, and like you're gonna struggle to like bring these twice. Muck
I mean,
got T
Breaking
spikes in
Wisp is
Gen
always
9.
helpful.
Muck got T spikes in Gen 9, which is pretty cool. And it's also just like surprisingly bulky. Komala has Rapid Spin, which is pretty nice, especially for your three Rock Week mods, or your Bundler,
Yeah.
your Goldtress, your Vivian.
Bundle also gets spin.
Bundler, I don't think Bundler gets spin.
I know it gets some hazard removal. I don't know if it's
I don't
gets
think
spin
it
or not.
does.
Let me see. Hang on.
It doesn't really need like it only really needs like three moves. I feel like I would have seen spin by now if it did. Because it's like
I do
pump,
not
freeze
see.
dry, like flip turn.
Nope, it does not have any hazard
That's what
removal.
I
Oh, okay.
thought. Yeah.
The only hazard thing it could technically do, you could do Aurora Veil.
Gotcha.
Well, that's not a
It does
hazard. That's a
have that.
screen. And also, you
Yeah.
Oh
don't
yeah,
have
okay,
any
that's what I meant.
snow. Um, so I think the bundler is like a kind of an int, but the rest of the team is surprisingly solid. Like the Terra Captains are
Yeah.
really nice. The Quagsire, Chestnut, like defensive duo is pretty nice. The Muck is decent. The Komal is decent. Um,
Quagsire's unaware hazards.
yeah, I think it's better than I'd think for the bundler team because I think the rest of the team is actually really solid in terms of like if you take out the 25-point mon from like the from the team, I think this might just be like the best team out of like the four like 25-point mons, but the bundler is also the worst 25-point mon. So I think it gets dragged down to like high end
Mid.
of B tier.
Yeah.
It's a better
So
team, but the bundler, I'm not convinced at 25.
Is it better than the Chien-Pao team? I don't think so.
No, I think the
Yeah.
Chanpao is so much better than bundler, and the Hisuian
Yeah.
absolutely.
Braviary goes crazy.
So like right under
I
Octa's
think the
team.
fact that this team has three very legitimate, very threatening
Wait,
Terra captains, I think brings it up.
wait.
Yeah.
Question. We already did Shanghai.
No,
No?
we were
Oh, I
talking
was
about
talking.
Did
Chien-Pao.
you?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
misheard.
All good. All good.
no, no, no,
All right.
no,
So
no.
where are we playing? Where are we playing?
I
I
think
would say
No.
under Octa.
Under Octa?
I could
Yeah.
see Elder Octa, because Bundler is still
Y-
Bundler, even if I don't think it's
Yeah.
worth 25 points.
Like it's not it's the opposite situation with the saying put all your eggs in one basket instead of putting them all in one. You actually put them in across the rest
He kind of,
instead of
I,
in
I
one.
I feel like he kind of inted. I think he managed to like steer the draft pretty well after throwing for content,
Yep.
if that makes
We love
sense.
going for content.
We love throwing for content, but I think this
Content is
goes.
content.
I think if the bundler was like literally any other 25-point mod, this team would be like
Or,
high end of
or
A
a
tier.
20 or a high 20-point mon.
Or a good
Yeah.
20-point mod, yeah. Or, a Terra Volcarona. I mean, if he would have to get rid of the other Terra
No,
captains, but
Yeah.
you know
It's
how it be.
fine though.
Alright,
yeah.
next up, we have Mario, coach of the College Station Good Bowl. His team, Hoopa Unbound, Reggie Alecki, Mismagius, Lurantis, Glimmet, Heatran, Tauros Paldea, Waterbreed, Delibird, Dragalge, and Vigoroth. So, I think, we talked about how, Bundler was, overpriced. Hoopa Unbound at 20 points is pretty overpriced. I'm gonna be honest. I think that one's 15
Agreed.
Agree.
easily.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, I think
if
it
it
would be
could Terra,
15.
it would be insane. But if it
Yeah.
can't, right? So it's four times weak to U-turn because Bug isn't a type. It's just U-turn.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
first
Yeah.
very
impression.
fast. The Alecki is pretty fucking fast,
Yeah.
but I'm not a fan of the
But let's just
speed
be clear.
tiers because besides Alecki, the next fastest is 105, right? Which is
Yeah.
kind of rough. Like,
Let's just be happy that he didn't Terra Captain Berlecki
that's
because he
banned.
straight up could have. Oh, what?
That yeah,
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 it was
it is
banned.
not allowed to Terra because we don't want to put this at 15 because like but
It doesn't deserve to be at
it doesn't
15
deserve to be
either.
at 15. Yeah, listen man, it
No,
it
it's
clicks
11.
rapid spin. We could really use a spinner, all right?
It's
Yeah.
at 11 points, not 15.
It's at 11,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
but
it
it's complex banned with Terra because otherwise it would be
it
completely
just goes crazy.
undraftable.
True.
And Spatra is also complex banned on Terra, and it's at
Yeah.
like
But it's at
13,
413, which is fair for
which
it.
is pretty fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
Um,
Lunar Crash go burr.
yeah, Lumina Crash can go brrr.
It can.
So I think
So,
the Hoopa use it int, the Aleki's solid, the Heat Tread's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the rest of the team barring Hoopa. Like,
oh yeah, I don't think I even mentioned the Terra Captains. It's Mismagius, Lurantis, and Glimmet. I really like the Mismagius pick here.
wait,
yeah.
why is there 4 though?
Oh, there's
And
Where's
four. Oh,
Vigoroth?
right. The fourth is Vigoroth. This this,
because like
this
we
is
have,
is this the only team that went with four Terra Captains?
I think so,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I
Again,
really like the
high potential here.
Mismagius. Glimmet
I
gets
like the Vigoroth.
coverage. Um,
Yeah, and doesn't Glimmet
Vigoroth with
go like
Terra could
instead
be
of free
pretty
spike?
interesting. Yeah, Glimmet has the toxic debris, it gets rocks, it gets spikes. With Terra, it finally gets coverage because like Glamora gets like earth power to hit steel types, right? Glimmet does it,
Mm-hmm.
which
Nope.
is kind of rough. Um, like Glimmet, especially in Paldea decks, 24 players, people are not gonna have the greatest hazard removal. And considering he has a Lecky, he has one of the more reliable hazard removers in the
Spinners, yeah.
game. Does Lurantis get defog? Did it lose it?
I I can
Uh,
look. I'm pretty
Let
sure it
me
did lose it.
let me see. I got you. I'll take a look. Lurantis.
No, it still
Where?
has it.
Still has defog? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that. You
Yep.
have the Delibird. Unfortunately, Glimmet doesn't get a Mortal Spin. That would be pretty
Yeah.
nice.
That would be very
You also
useful.
have a good rocker with Heatran. I really like Paldean Tauros. Like I think it's a really good mon.
Yeah.
Um,
Doesn't Dragalge still have T spikes?
Dragalge still has T
Y-
spikes, I'm pretty sure. But it
Yeah, I'm pretty
lost
sure.
Flip Turn, which is kind of rough because I think a slow Flip Turn into Hoopa U would be a fucking terrifying prospect.
Yeah.
I feel like this team, Lecky has like Volt Switch. I think Delibird has U-turn. I don't think Vigoroth has U-turn. If Slacking had
Delibird.
U-turn, it might
Yeah.
actually be draftable or usable, right?
Yeah.
But if this, I kind of want this team had more Volt turn to get Hoopa U in safely, or the
Yeah.
Teramis Magius, right? But right, it's just a
Hoopa U,
Lecky and Delibird.
yeah, Hoopa U is more like a last resort back burner mon to bring
I,
in.
I feel like yeah, you either have to bring it in after a kill or like do some really risky stuff to try to get it
Yeah.
in, like make some
Otherwise,
crazy
it's
plays. I think if
otherwise
this
it's
team
just
had more
gonna be
Volt
dead.
turn, it would be way better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Steph needs
or
something to
more
get in
longevity, because like
immediately.
Heatran doesn't have reliable recovery. Paldea Toros, if you run a bulky set, doesn't have reliable recovery. Dragalge doesn't have reliable recovery. Like none of this team really has reliable recovery. I think
Nothing
Laurentis
on the
should have
team does.
synthesis, and Vigoroth has a slack off, but still,
Yeah.
right? Like all your like mods that like soak up hits, they don't have reliable recovery, so they can't soak up that many hits,
Yeah.
which
There's only
is pretty
so
rough.
much they can take.
So
I think we put it middle of B.
I think it's like a lower end of B personally. I'm really not a fan of Hoopa
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
bottom
down to
B.
put it.
And this
Yeah.
Hoopa was
Bottom.
picked 8th overall, right? Some top 10. You know what he could have
Yeah.
picked instead of Hoopa?
Spectrier?
No, I'm pretty sure Spectrier was taken by that point. Was it?
No,
No,
Spectrier was taken
Spectre was
pick
taken very
13.
late.
Oh, he could have taken the Spectrier. Yeah, that would have been a way better 20 point mod.
You would have.
Yeah,
He would have. But here's the thing. He would have gone straight to F tier then.
he would
Yeah.
have gone straight to F tier, but he would have a Spectrier, which is worth being an F tier, I'm gonna be honest.
Yep.
Um,
But that
but
mod
yeah,
should still be banned.
So
I
like
think this
bottom
is
end of
like a
B.
low end of B tier, yeah.
Yeah, I put it bottom B.
Okay.
Alright. Next up, we have the Shanghai Shuppets, coached by Galactic. His team is Annihilate, Sylveon, Tsarina, Hisuian Sliggoo, Pikachu, Glamora, Delphox, Inteleon, Murkrow, and Tropius. So first of all, this guy is not Dante. He's not using the fucking Tropius effectively. I'm gonna be honest. There's like one
His
person
Terra
in the world
Typings
that can
are
use
the
that mon.
Sliggoo.
Hisuian
Yeah.
Sliggoo is based, honestly. The Terra on
It
that,
is.
It
Terra
is.
Delphox
Yeah.
and Terra Tropius. Delphox with Terra is really good. I
It's
think
very
it's
good.
so
With like Terra
nice.
Fairy.
Yeah, yeah, you can run Terra. You can finally make this a fire fairy type like it should have been. This
Yeah.
thing, imagine if this thing was just fire fairy. No, let's make it a psychic type because you know, whatever. But yeah, like
Yeah.
Delphox is the meta Terra. It has nasty plot as well. Like it got that move.
This team's like kind of jank though.
What team
Kind of all
isn't
over the place.
jank?
Well,
That's a good question.
Right, but I
um,
think I think this team is actually really good. Like the Tropius
he
is
does.
jank, the Pikachu is
Annihilate
jank.
plus Gamora is nutty.
Yeah, Annihilate is really good. Even without Terra, it's still crazy. Glamora is really nice. It has the it can stack hazards. It has Mortal Spin to get rid of hazards. You have Sylveon to Wish Pass. Tsarina's a good mon. Inteleon's a good mon. Delphox with Terra's a menace.
He's
Hisuian
got
Sliggoo
both.
is really cool, especially when you have a Wish Passer to it. Like that
Yeah,
mod is
but
bulky. That mod is really
and like
bulky.
Yeah.
Sylveon is the Wish Passer, so it's
Yeah.
great.
Like
But
Murkrow
guys,
is like, I mean, listen, man, who do you think you are, Wolf Glick? Like you're not doing this. This isn't VGC, my guy.
Yeah,
But besides the Murkrow, I really like the rest of the team.
yeah. Rest of the
Marco,
team's good. Their
Marco,
speed tiers are good too.
Speed tiers,
120 to 104
120
and
to
then we got 90,
104, kind of sus,
90,
but then into 90, 91,
86,
86.
90. Yeah,
Yeah, the speed tiers are fine. You have
Yeah,
hazard removal. You have the Glamora. Murkrow probably defaults. Tsarina has spin.
Annihilate has rock.
yeah. Glamora gets its ability to stack
Glamora
two
stacks
types.
hazards like nobody's business. If only Sliggoo had rocks, that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. Hey, Sliggoo does not get body press, which is what brings it kind of down.
It doesn't?
It does not get body press.
Unlucky.
But Gudra
It's
usually
still
does.
fat though. It's still
It
super
is very
bulky.
fat.
Um, I think this team is solidly A tier. There's not really like, from what I noticed, there's not really like any like super glaring issues with it. It's
Yeah,
just a good team.
it is a very good team.
And Annihilate is, so fucking threatening.
And I get to play it week one, so
Hell yeah.
we
Hey, at
love to
least
see
you're
it.
not freaking fighting Nico week one. I don't want to hear it.
True, true, true. I'm actually kind of hyped of what I brought, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
All
he's
right, so wait,
cooking.
where are we playing this man?
Somewhere
Probably
in
A.
A tier,
Uh, under you maybe, Gil.
I could see that, yeah. Like
So
around where
your
me and
team for A.
Scary are.
Yeah,
Does that look good?
Sure.
sure.
All right.
Alright, next up, we have Godbear, coach of the Chicago Phalanx. His team is Great Tusk, Gardevoir, Pincurchin, Venomoth, Dragonair, Iron Leaves, Hisuian Avalugg, and Volcanion Cacturn and Zangoose. His Terra Captains are Iron Leaves, Dragonair, and Hisuian Avalugg. So Hisuian Avalugg with Terra because of a Pokemon.
Yeah,
Dragonair has Terra normal E speed if you want.
it's also pretty bulky, so it's
Yeah,
fine with
especially with
EVLA
EVLA. Iron Leaves with Terra is interesting. He does have the Pitcurchin as well.
to pair with it.
The
Yeah,
problem is that Pitcurchin doesn't have what do you call it? Volt Switch.
I mean you
If
can
it
just
had
red
Volt
card it.
Switch, it would be so much better.
I mean you can put red card, so
Red
I
card
mean it works
switches the
out.
opponent. You're thinking of eject button.
Same thing. It's fine.
Or you could Memento.
Yeah, memento too.
Memento into Sword Stance, baby.
Ooh, like terrain extender memento. That shit
Yeah.
goes crazy.
Tusk is a pretty good mod. It feels a little bad at 20 points because it's more of like a glue mod. If you get Terra
Yeah,
in, it becomes like a super meta, say, like offensive threat. Without Terra, not so much, right? It's more of a glue mod. And at 20, feels kind of bad. Then you're like your 20 point mod's a
yeah,
glue mod, but it's a good mod. It's a
and
good mod.
it's a solid. It's Lando T.
It's
It's fine.
it's yeah, great. Lando Tusk.
Yeah, Lando Tusk.
Lando
Lando
Tusk.
Tusk moment. Um, I think Venomoth as a Terra Captain could be sick, but I mean, considering the
Yeah,
rest of his mods, considering he turned the Iron Leaves, yeah.
yeah.
Volcanion's a really good mod.
Because like it's the only Pokemon with access to Scald and Steam Eruption.
Yo, you're never running Scald. You just Steam Eruption and hope you hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. But like, hey, Scald is 100% accurate.
Yeah, but Steam Eruption hits so hard though. That's the thing.
It do.
I'm not sure
But
how good Iron Leaves really is, right? I don't. I have not seen this mod. I'm gonna be honest.
it's very scary on the OU ladder. I don't know how it is on draft.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like OU ladder is one thing, draft is another.
Yeah,
Gardevoir, I like Gardevoir. I think it's a cool mod, right?
yeah, solid.
Venomoth is decent. The Terramods, it's a good team. It's a pretty
It's
good team.
I
I'm
think
not a
it's
fan of the
their
Cacturn,
yeah their fairy resist are the Venomoth and the
Volcanion.
Volcanion. Yeah,
I mean, Volcanion's a pretty good fairy resist.
it is. And it can threaten with like
Tusk
Sludge
is
Bomb.
like the best spinner in the game. It has rocks.
Yeah,
Hisuian Avalugg should get rocks, I imagine. It should also spin, I think.
Kurt
yeah. Too bad
Pincurchin
its
gets both
signature
spikes.
move isn't buffed by
Pitcairn gets
Strong
both
Jaw.
spikes, yeah. What does it get boosted by Strong Jaw?
Its signature move Iron Glaive.
What does that do?
I'll pull
I
it up right
gotcha.
now.
Wait, who am I looking for?
Iron
Hisuian
Glaive.
Avalugg, or it's like Glacial Glaive or like Iron Glaive. I don't know exactly what the move's called.
Something to do with the
Uh,
glaive.
Ice body. Or
No,
are you talking
not
about its
ice
move?
body. A move. It's a signature move.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
it's
that.
a mountain gale. My bad.
Oh,
It's a
Mound Gale.
30% chance for flinch, but it's not strong
It
jump
has
boosted.
it has base -3 speed. What is it flinching?
Good question.
How much base
Well,
power
you're
does it
strong.
have?
Base 185 accurate.
Is it rock or ice?
Ice.
85 accuracy flinch? Bro, this guy's just Icicle Crash on a Pokemon with base 38 speed.
Yeah.
Just run a choice scarf. Done deal.
I think that's still slower than probably the Cacturn on his team. Base
It's
55? Okay, 55 might be outsped, but like, you might outspeed. I don't think that like a Scarfisui and Avalanche outspeeds Volcanion.
you need like webs plus scarf plus a rapid spin
You
boost. Like
need Web, Scarf, and a Rapid Spin boost. Yeah, but Todd passed the Rapid Spin from Tusk.
yeah, it works out.
Yeah.
Dude, just imagine that bot. If it body spectre with that combo, I will laugh.
No, no, you also
No,
get to fill out
Spectrier,
the
it
opponent's
still
team.
has base 3 spin def. Spectrier forms it for content.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm not a
like
fan of the
three.
character,
Yeah,
but this team doesn't really have any glaring issues. Um,
yeah. Like
I'm not.
like
This team doesn't have like that crazy like offensive threat, right? It doesn't have a Spectrier or like a 25 point
I
mod
mean, I
or a
guess
Terrible
Terra
Corona.
Iron Leaves is that scary threat,
I don't know how scary our leaves is though. That's the thing.
right?
I mostly see it with Leaf Blade,
Psyblade.
Yeah,
Scorpion.
Cyblade. If Pincurchin had Volt Switch, this team would be 10 times better, but that's every
For sure,
Pincurchin team, to be fair.
indeed. Does
Wow.
Venomoth get U-turn? Or not for sure.
I think so.
Okay.
Let me see.
But it
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
have a lot of like
Momentum.
momentum moves. Yeah,
Does guard get like baton pass? I'm pretty sure
I
guard can
think it's the
pass.
only mod in the game that has teleport. You
Okay.
can make it into
Well,
like a mini
wait.
Clefable with like Wish Protect teleport.
Were you asking if Venomoth had U-turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venomoth does not have U-turn. Oh no, yes it
Okay.
does. I see it
I
now.
Yeah, it
I
does.
was gonna
Okay.
say I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm pretty sure it does too. Okay. So he
Yeah.
has some momentum.
Yeah, it has very little. Considering this thing is gonna quiver dance almost every game, there's not a lot of utility.
Yeah.
It does get T spikes, but Kurchin gets both spikes. He has two rockers. He has good hazard setting. He has the best spinner in the game.
Spinner in the game, yeah.
Um, it's a good team. I'm not convinced by the Iron Leaves.
Well, that's it's like what did we say earlier? We have to see Cook to see if it was
Yeah,
valuable or not.
I
Who won
think
that?
it's top of B tier. Depending on how Iron Leaves does, it could be A tier. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'll agree with that.
And also, here's the thing: Iron Leafs can CC as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
All
it's
right,
top of B tier pending Iron Leaves performance.
all right.
All right, next up we
Next up,
have Orange, coach of the St. Louis Suicudes. His team is Cyclozar, Vaporeon, Toedscruel, Sneasel, Oinkologne, Gengar, Bronzong, Slacking, Charizard, and Shelgon. So I really like Cyclozar. It has now without Shed I think it's super cool mon. With Shed I feel like you. I mean, it's a Shed mon, but the problem is,
Big gimmick.
what are you Shed into? Like,
Slaking or Gengar?
I mean, Gengar's a really good mod, but I feel like if they see the Shed and the Gengar coming, then I mean, then you
or
just
like they predict a ground type move or a ghost type move, and just swap out to like a Bronzor or freaking Sneasel.
Cecil has no bulk. It drops to a DQ.
it breaks the
Also, the
cycle.
Terra
It'll get the
Captains
free space.
are. Oh, this is another four Terra Captain team: Oinkalone, Slacking, Charizard, and Shelgon.
I like it that two of his normal types are Terra Captains. He has
Yeah.
three of them.
Yeah, he does have three normal types. And his ghost type has no bulk. He just drops to CC. I mean, I guess he has a Zard, but
I mean, he also has bronze on. It's kind
And
of
Bronzong is
Gengar.
neutral to CC
yeah.
though,
It's neutral, but it's
and it has no
breakable.
reliable recovery. Though he does have Vaporeon to wish it up. If only
Yeah.
Vaporeon kept Flip Turn, that would be so good.
This team would be crazy if it did.
Yeah,
Or
this thing would be
or like
crazy if it had more
Monster.
than one Shed Tail target.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to run Belly Drum Zard,
Oh my god.
That would be insane.
it would. Uh, I think the slacking has potential. I could come in, like, click a button, switch out, come back in.
Yeah. As long as you have like a sound based move, you fine. Because
Uh,
nothing on his team has
I
soundproof.
don't see the Oinkologne doing anything. Like, I think that mod's just bad. I've never seen it, to be fair.
Yeah. It's got some weird
Zard
setup.
is a Terra Cap that I really like. You get rid of the four
Yeah.
times rock weakness. You could Terra, eat up ahead, like sub drum with like sub select drum,
Yeah.
maybe. Or you could just be bulky, right, and then Terra at an opportune time. As the Terra Cap that I really like it. Um, I don't I don't think
I
this
don't.
team is built around Shettil well enough.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's not.
I think it's like I mean, Gengar's pretty good still. Vaporeon's a good
Yeah.
wall. Bronzong's a good defensive mod. Charizard,
It's like,
with especially with Terra, can be a threat.
yeah, it's like C tier maybe.
I would put it at top end of C tier.
Top end of C. In, yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
can see that.
I think
And plus,
the Cyclozar was a
he's
bit of a waste of
with the
points.
slacking.
Yeah.
He has to time it perfectly because he still has True on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that mod can do things.
Yeah, it can do things.
Like there's a reason it's 6 points and not like 3.
Yeah. But as
All
long
right.
as you like work out protect turns, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's a very very high skill mod.
Yeah.
All
Like
right.
you need to like switch out predicting and protect to get something in for free, right?
Yeah. This is like, is this coach new or have they been a part of ASL before?
They're new to ASL, but I invited them from another league, and they're pretty solid.
Okay.
We just gotta see how. I just gotta see how the person plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see. They're a solid player, for sure. All right, next up, we have Nico, coach
Nico.
of the Lilypool FC Europa League moment. All right, this team: Scizor, Mesprit, Jolteon, Daxpun, Quilava, Clodsire, Cryogonal, Surskit, Houndstone, and Tyranitar. His Terramons are Scizor, Quilava, and Surskit. So
Okay.
So like,
We
go
we
ahead.
already know, guys. We already know. We already know where this man is going.
this is rigged.
This is rigged,
Exactly.
of course,
Rigged.
Absolutely rigged.
because they are the owner of this league.
Rigged. They are the owner.
Yep.
He
I,
purposely sabotaged the wheel to make it land on him every single time.
Yeah, but
no, no,
like,
no, no, no.
what if
Rename
like all
the tier to a Europa League tier and put him there.
okay,
how do you freaking spell that?
You know, Europe,
E
replace the
yeah,
Yeah.
E with an A and then League.
Okay, so
I just want to clown on them a little bit because, first of all, this is rigged, and second of all, Liverpool did not make top four this season, so
we
let's
love to
clown a little
see it.
bit. Ignore that the team I support is €1 billion in debt. At least we won
okay,
the league.
Ooh,
okay.
Spurs.
Spurs
So
aren't a
where my
billion
crazy
in
is?
debt.
So you so instead of the
EU
like this.
Hold on, I would have to check. It's Europe with a
A.
You have an A.
instead
Yeah,
of
that is correct.
okay.
And then like space and then league, which you should be able to spell.
Yeah, I can spell that.
There we go. Europa
I just
League.
need to.
Like,
All right, we're almost done, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, we got 5 teams left,
So like,
but he ain't moving nowhere. He's staying down there. He
uh,
fucking rigged shit.
Yeah, he's staying down there. Okay, so Sizzler with Terra, pretty cool. Get rid of the 4 times fire weakness. I could see this being a threat. You could even Terra Steel Bullet Punch. Mesprit, pretty solid mod. Jolteon, I would have liked Terra Jolteon actually,
yeah, with like
but I
Terra
guess it
Ice.
doesn't really have any other like good Terra options. He could go Terra what
No,
Baxbud and
he
Cryogonal
would
if
definitely
he
wouldn't
goes
be
Terra
able to do.
Jolteon.
He wouldn't be able to do Terror Scizor then if he went Terror Steel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nashbun's a decent fairy. It's surprisingly bulky on the physical side. It's immune to fire. It has Wish. Quilava's a shit mod. Surskit has webs, but it's a shit mod. Clodsire, he has a Claude in the Claude. He's still going in rigged tier, but if Clodsire was on any other team, they would be Lechonk tier.
of course.
Exactly.
Cryogonal, I mean, it spins, right? Without Terra, if it had Terra, like I could see like Terra Steel with Levitate or Terra Electric.
Let's just be glad Last Respects is banned because ours
No, Last
we all
Respects
know
is legal. This Hearthstone is 15 points for a reason.
Yeah,
Oh
It's
Jesus
just not
Christ!
legal on Basque Legion.
Wait, why is it illegal for Houndstone but not Basket Legion?
Because Houndstone's a terrible Pokemon designed around having the best move in the game. And
yeah.
Basque Legion's an actual Pokemon, not designed around having the best move in the game.
Ah, that's fair.
Yeah. Like, Houndstone is like a 6 point Mon without Last Respects. It does not have Ghost Stab, besides Last Respects. Like, I
And
think
Phantom
it
Force.
ha- that's not a move, alright? You're not running Power Herb fucking Phantom Force. And the next best thing is Lick, alright?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this thing needs the last respects.
yeah. We'll see. Maybe this thing was too cheap at 15. Maybe it should have been like 20, but we'll see.
But
Um,
like with Fluffy, it's a decent wall.
You can run with like, yeah, you can run it with Fluffy, but if you're running 15 point Houndstone with Fluffy, I mean, I guess some
That's a
matchups it
dud.
might be okay, but still,
Yeah,
it feels
but
kind
like
of bad.
most other teams, it doesn't really have that one standout mon.
Yeah, I mean, it has the Scizor, it has the Houndstone, those are pretty like threatening. The
Yeah,
Clodsire is a good defensive wall. I like how there's like a Clodsire that's like a really good special wall, and the Cryogonal for special bulk, and then you have the Dakshmod and the Tyranitar, which can take physical hits. I guess even Tyranitar can take special hits because of Sandstorm, right?
yeah,
I think this team is solid, but rigged.
solid but rigged.
If it wasn't rigged,
Solid
I
but Europa
would
League.
probably put it like a high end of A tier. I mean, it depends on how good Last Respect's Hearthstone actually ends up being. I think it won't be like absurd. It'll be good, but not like crazy, if
Not
that makes
crazy.
sense. Man, I would put
True.
it like in A tier if it wasn't rigged, but you know. All right. So now that we're banned,
Exactly.
now that we're banned, all right. Next up, we have Rhino, coach of the Delaware Dittos. His team is Sneasler. Thank God it wasn't 10 points. Meloetta,
Yep.
Tinkerton, Glaceon, Toadschool, based. Oricorio, Umbreon, Cleaver, Walking Wake, and Hisuian Zorua. So the Terra captains are Meloetta, Toadschool, and Oricorio, but what are you doing with Walking Wake and no sun? And what's up with that?
Carping it, booster
Exactly.
energy,
You're gonna boost their energy, bro. You're supposed to run specs, get a speed boosted sun, and go crazy.
Exactly.
booster energy can do the same thing. It's fine.
No, you.
No.
It can't be a speed boost and the specs in one.
It's fine.
This model loses a lot of bite, but it's not in sun. I'm gonna be honest.
It still hits hard.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a 15 point mod outside of sun.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
anyone
the
even draft
Bellsprout.
sun? No one has like a drought
No,
user, right?
no.
What is
Uncle's
what is
still there.
what is he cooking? What is he
I don't
cooking?
know.
The Sneasler is the threat. Dire Claw is an absurd move. Terra Meloetta is really good. Terra Oricorio is really good at 7 points.
Yeah, I
Right, you
get
get
that. I
all
get.
four forms. You
And
get
like
Quiver Dance.
Revelation Dance, you don't have to run Terra Blast
Yeah,
with
because you
it.
have Revelation Dance.
Yeah,
Tinkaton, I like Tinkaton. I would have liked to see a second fairy for Tinkaton. Cause it's a good
yeah,
steel type, but like I don't think it's the fantastic fairy type, right? Base 75 power,
yeah,
like Poliwrath is doing like 20, right? I think a second fairy with Tinkaton goes a long way.
for sure, for sure.
Cleaver, I like Cleaver. It's not as good as
Yeah,
Syrian Samurott, but it still has Stone Axe.
it just sets up rocks, and
Yeah,
rocks
the
are good.
speed tiers here, I really like the speed tiers here. The jump between
They're
Walking Awake
good.
and Oricorio is kind of big, but it's manageable.
It for sure.
I think the speed tiers here are fine. Dumbreon's Dumbreon, but it can Wish Pass to Tinkaton. There's also a
Yeah,
Glaceon. I think this team is pretty solid. I think it could go somewhere in A tier. Like Sneasler is really good. Oricorio and
yeah.
Meloetta are threatening. It has Stone Axe.
I mean, I would put it above my team.
Yeah,
What?
I would
Fucking
say
Breloom?
so. Um, I would put it up. Breloom's is the Enamorous Treads team, right? Um,
Below that,
I think I would put it below Jake.
yeah.
It's very close though. Um, all right. Next
So
up, we
Sharpie,
have Sharpie, coach of the Savannah Sharpedos. His team is Skeledirge, Weavile, Quillfish, Spidops, Jigglypuff, Breloom, Corviknight, Electros, the Dunsparce, and Girafaridge. Um, wasn't the Skeledirge a round one pick?
yeah.
And he didn't tear it?
Nope.
Nope.
Could it even Terra?
Breloom,
Yeah.
Jigglypuff, and the Girafaridge.
Skeledirge is 14 points. Could it have Terra?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
yes.
reason this mod is 14, and it's Terra.
That's crazy.
But Dirge and Corv like just walls like so much. The Dunsparce can be bulky as well. That can help wall other mods. Quillfish has
Yeah,
Intimidate. This team is really bulky, but it's really lacking in offense. And like
yeah.
Spidops with webs, what offensive mods are you enabling with webs? Breloom? Like that's
Weavile?
it. Yeah,
Weavile still has
Weavile?
webs.
Corviknight?
Yeah, choice band
Crazy.
Corviknight moment. I actually fought that in a league, but it's not. No.
Unicorn moment. Like it's also kind of slow with Weavile being the only above 100 mon.
Silly mod above 85.
Yeah,
It's
like
really
this is like
slow. The web
adamant
webs
modest.
webs fit are is a hyper offense strat. This sure is hyper, but there's no offense.
They're just defense,
Yeah, it's hyper defense, buddy. But like Dirge
but it's not
Corv are
strat
gonna wall
either.
teams. Breloom is a really good offensive mod, but like I think the team kind of just falls apart from there.
Yeah,
Like Weavile
Wait,
is
we what?
decent. Weavile is decent, even if it doesn't have Dark Stab, because I think Weavile gets Night Slash, which is better than
yeah. It
nothing,
gets my slash.
right? It's decent. The Quillfish
These,
is fine. It's a decent mod. I think
these
the
only
Electro. I
improvements.
like Electros. The Dunsparce is decent. I feel like
Yeah,
this team just doesn't have any bite,
yeah.
right? Like if Breloom goes down, and like I don't know how you win games, right? I don't know how
Because
you do
Breloom
a
is
hundred
the
percent
yeah.
damage to like your opponent's six Pokemon, right?
Because like, how is this team breaking walls?
Yeah, it just out tries to outwall people, but like
Because
if they
it's
can't
not.
like eternally wall, and like remember that like Slack Off and Roost PP got cut in half,
Yeah,
so like you can't even wall that long, right? I mean
but
it's long enough for most games, but
you can't break fairies. It's really hard to.
You could Terra Poison Gungshot Breloom.
True, true. But it's still ridiculously difficult.
Yeah. Electros can do something. I like Electros. I think it's a really cool mod. Draft
Yeah,
Rage with Terra, I could see it doing some Calm Mind strats. The Dunsparce, decent mod. Um, I think this team just needs more offense. I think it's comfortably a C tier team.
comfortably. Maybe even D, our first D tier team.
I don't know if any teams are like.
Bottom of the barrel types. I don't know, but
I
the
feel
S
like
clause.
D tier is really like a bottom of the barrel, not quite like having Spectrier bottom of the barrel. If that makes we might just
Gotcha.
abolish D
Yeah.
tier, honestly.
Yeah, just abolish
Bottom
it.
beam. All right.
No, 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 no. This
Bottom
team's
of
C
C.
tier. I don't even think. Um, I need to compare this to the other C tier teams because so the Cyclozar team has what? Gengar, Charizard.
Yeah. Gengar,
Yami's
Charizard,
team
Charizard,
has
Burr.
Polt, and Famous is the Rain team.
Yeah.
It's Rain with first Luna. The rest of the team falls apart. This is just Corviknight, Dirge, Breloom, and the rest of the team falls apart. Yami's team. What was Yami's team?
It's Dragapult.
It's
Dragapult
Dragapult.
Burr.
Dragapult, Gyapdos, Regenerator, the rest of the team falls apart. I feel like you could put like any of the C tier teams in any order. I'm gonna be honest,
And it works, so like,
and it works. Just throw them in C tier, yeah.
yeah. Just near those
Just
other
yeet them
teams.
there. All right, next up we have the paralyzed Florges, coached
I
by
love this team.
Nick.
This team's
Um,
good.
I say we just put him in F tier because he decided to put plans before us.
true. It's the
True.
F tier. Okay. So his team is Salamence, Iron Jugulus, not Hydreigon, Palisade, Scyther, Floette, Slowking, Iron Moth, not a Volcarona, the Hisuian Decidueye, Bellybolt, and Cubchoo. So, Floette and Cubchoo, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, he told me he has plans for the Cubchoo, but like,
I'm gonna head out, guys. It was nice discussing.
unlucky. Guess you're going in F
Unlucky.
tier.
Pretty. How did he do in his first match? Oh,
He got. Wait, did he lose to Yami? I didn't actually watch the replay because I didn't fucking.
wait, did Kite just leave us?
Kite he did just say he had to dip, yeah.
Oh, okay, so
I
now it's
guess
just
it's
the
been
two of them.
running a long time, huh? It's been over 2 hours.
Well, yeah, this is a podcast.
All right, let me change the
No, he won.
OBS. So oh
No,
fuck,
no, he won by 4. No, he won against. Um,
against Yami.
yeah. So why does it say L?
It's skill issue.
Unless the L represents the opponent.
No, that wouldn't make sense. Um, I mean that's not important though. We're looking at the team. No, I think it's supposed to be a W. I think Nico just mistyped.
Of course, Nico did something wrong. But
Classic. This is how we get banned from ASL. Anyways, so Salamence, Iron Jugulus, Palisade, Scyther, Floette, Slowking, Moth, the Hisuian Decadui, Bellybolt, and Cubchoo. The Floette and Cubchoo are terrible. I don't know what either of them are supposed to do. So he
I don't know
basically
what the
has
cup
eight
she's cooking.
mods. What?
I have no idea what the cup she's cooking.
I don't know either. I think he told me what it was cooking, and I still don't know what it's cooking.
Wait, did you not pay attention all that well?
It's not that I didn't pay attention. It's just I don't believe in it.
Okay, that's fair. So I still think it's F tier because we don't know what it's cooking. Plus, he ditched us.
True. So Mence as a Terramon, I mean Mence is a pretty good Terramon, right? Like it can just go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Juggy, Jugs, also pretty good mon. Palisade's a good mon. Scyther's pretty decent. Slowking's really good. You can chilly reception into Moth, into Jugs, into Mence. Moth is also really good. You can absorb T spikes, you can boost their energy, you can scarf. You can boots.
Yeah.
Boots
You can
doesn't
spec
absorb
it.
T spikes though. Um, the Sigil is decent. It has defog. It has a good defensive typing. It resists Edgequake, which is really nice. Belly Bolt's a good one as well. It actually just rolled Yami because he didn't know what he did.
Yami
This
doesn't
team
know
is
how to
good.
play this. Yeah, it's a good team, but still F tier.
Still left here. Yep. That's a skill issue. No, it has to
But
go above the Spectrier team,
of course, of course,
of
of
course.
course.
Alright. So next up, I think this um next up we have Asha, coach of the El Paso Chinchinos, returning to ASL for the first time since season 6. His team
Wow.
is that's what the Fang and the coach reveal said. So his team is Dragonite, Crocodile, Diancie, Rapska, Sunflora, Quaquaval, Magnezone, Hisuian Typhlosion, Frostmoth, and Alolan Grimer. So I like the Frostmoth and the Diancie Terras. Rapska, it doesn't have Revival Blessing, right? It wouldn't be 5 points if it
No.
had Revival
Is a
Blessing? Yeah,
revival blessing banned?
I think so. But
Um.
either way, Rapska sucks. I like the Diancie, I like the Frostmoth. Frostmoth is a sleeper pick with Terra. It could be a fucking menace. It's like
Let me.
slow Volcarona. That's an ice type instead of fire.
Yes, revival blessing is banned, but shed tail is allowed.
Yeah,
If
I
I
wanted
said that
Chettail
wrong.
banned, but we just made
We
Orform 15 points and borderline undraftable to
Yep.
make up for it.
Yep.
So Dragonite, it might not have Terra, and I don't think it's 20 points without Terra, but it's still a Dragonite. It still clicks Dragon Dance, has multi-scale. You can run CBE speed if you want. Crocodile, solid mod. I really like Diancie as a Terra captain.
Yep.
Like, you could just raw Terra Fairy, you could Terra into
Frostmoth
something
too
else.
as a Frostmoth as a Terracast can be terrifying.
Yeah, Frostmoth is a demon. The Quaquaval is pretty good. I like Quaquaval. It could spin. It could like sweep of like Sword Stance, Aqua Step, or
Yep.
just Aqua
It can
Step and get
dance.
Moxie boosts.
It has good dancing moves, and I'm scared of that.
You can uh you can run bulky Quaquaval. It has Roost if you want.
Oh my god.
Um,
He's got the switch. He's got the V switch with Magnezone.
I'm not sure how good Hisuian Typhlosion is. I haven't really seen that one too much. The Grimers,
Um.
I mean the Grime. I'm not gonna say anything about Grimer because if I lose to it week one, listen, I can look like a clown after like 6 weeks, not after 1 week. All right.
That's so freaking true.
I'm not even gonna say anything about the Grimer. It's a Pokemon. It is a 3-point Pokemon, and it is one of the options he could have drafted. All right. And also, shoutouts to have not terraing the Sunflora. I mean, this team would be Lechonk tier if it had Terra Sunflora. It has Sunflora, which
The
makes
thing.
it S tier. If it was Terra Sunflora, it would be Lechonk tier.
Oh, absolutely.
So this
Would
is
he
an
be able
easy
to
S
Terra
tier.
Flora?
Yeah, he just sacks Rapska and makes it the Sunflora the Terravon.
Why did he not do that?
Because he had Mercy. But this team is S tier, it has Sunflora.
S tier for sure.
Yes, for sure S tier.
All
There we
right.
go. If the Sunflora could Terra, it would be Lechonk tier.
Lechonk tier.
Alright, last, but certainly not least, unless this team ends up being like somehow worse than having Spectrier, we have Sun, coach of the Clodsire Gaming, Lechonk tier logo, but is the team Lechonk tier? So we have Chiyu, Klefki, Alamomola, Altaria, Whiskash, Garganackle, Decidueye, Palmot, Cloth, and Staravia. So
Was this?
he
Was
he
this?
okay. So his Terramons are Cloth, Decidueye, and Altaria. Okay, so you draft 14-point Garganackle, which is already overpriced, and you don't Terra it. You don't Terra your 14-point Garganackle.
I don't think he.
This mod is like 8 points without Terra. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. It's like
he wouldn't be able to. That's the thing, though.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have two 3-point mods, but if he did, right, you would Terra Garganackle. But like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, because at 14 points, you kind of have to Terra that mod because otherwise you just wasted 14 points on a mod that's barely worth 10, right?
He could do Volt Switch from Palmont. He has Prankster Klefki.
He
He's
doesn't
got
really
a
have a lot of momentum, huh? Like
no.
Alamomola doesn't have flip turn. Why doesn't Alamomola have flip turn?
That is
Imagine
a
if
good
it
freaking
did.
question.
Altaria with Terra's a menace, second Dragon Dance. The Decidueye is a good Terramon. Cloth, I like it because you can Terra out of rock. It has Regenerator. He has a Regenerator core with Alamomola and Cloth. I would have liked to see a special wall on this team. Because Alamomola has like no Spadef. Cloth has no Spadef. Garganackle's also the physical wall. He has a lot of physical walls, and to be fair, Paldea Dex does lean towards physical attackers a lot. But
Yes.
so I would like to see a good like actual special wall. Chi-Yu with screens is terrifying, right? Chi-Yu is
Even Specs.
terrifying, honestly,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Specs to you is also terrifying.
Garganackle's a complete waste of points and a mon, especially when you just have the cloth there as well. Like it's a rock type that clicks stealth rocks, right? Like Salt Cure exists, but you're paying 14 points for your mon that loses to Covert Cloak, and you're not even Terra Captaining it. That's pretty bad. I think it's F tier because he drafted 14-point Garganackle.
Wait, so what tier?
Um, I would say F, but honestly, I would put him as like I would put top end of C tier because this team is actually coherent. Like it's better than the other C tier teams, but I don't think it has enough to be like B tier, right?
Right. And also, isn't Seared and Shampoo the only ruined mons that were drafted?
I believe so. No one drafted Ting Lu. I know that much. I considered it, but I went with Glow King instead. I know
Which was
no,
the smart choice.
yeah, I know. I don't think anyone drafted Wo Chen. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
Garganackle's a waste. Like at that point, Chio could just be a 25-point mon, and it
I
doesn't like
guarantee
make this
you
team
that
worse.
mon's gonna be traded.
Yeah, Garganackle should 100% be traded. Um,
All right. So that concludes that. That's all the teams.
yep. I think the Sunflora team and the only S tier team, I think it's valid because no other team has Sunflora.
Freaking
Also, you
Pat.
can abolish D tier. I don't think we need it.
All right.
All right,
So we got A, B, C, F,
A, B, C, F. Yep.
and
Listen,
then
man,
roll.
if schools could skip E, we might as well skip D as well.
That is so freaking true.
Like it's all the grade A system already sucks. Why not make it worse? I don't think
Exactly.
this is even worse, honestly.
This actually makes it more sense.
Just abolish the letters D and E from the alphabet. All right. So allow me to switch over my OBS so the people at home can see the tier list.
We are still getting banned for it, but it'd be worth it.
Okay, this is not working. Fuck. Wait. Oh, I see why it wasn't working. Okay. That makes a little more sense. If I switch over, I need to hold on, don't move it. I need to there we go. Okay, there we go. So that's the tier list. We've been here for almost 2.5 hours. That's pretty good. The last time I did
Nice.
power rankings, I did went like over 4 hours on like 45 teams.
Yep. So any more changes? Like anything someone should be mentioned?
No. I would say Matt in S tier, but he doesn't have a Sunflora.
but it's Matt. We gotta respect the winner from last season.
We're not ranking players, we're ranking teams, and his team does not have us in Flora.
That's freaking true.
Alright, yeah, I think,
But yeah, Nico, you stay where you are. Next time, make sure you just ban spec, or
just
redo the draft order.
redo the draft order. Yeah, you should have given me first overall, so I could have picked Spectrier.
You wouldn't do that.
I would.
You hate.
Listen, man.
You would
No,
draft the
I
thing
would.
you
I would
hate the most.
100% pick Volcarona over Spectrier. Fuck that mon.
You were freaking hyped for Volcarona this season.
Dude, I literally went 11-0 in a league where my Terra captains were annihilated Volcarona.
I know.
And I made top 16 in the GBA community tour with a Terra Volcarona.
I know.
Yeah, that mon is absurd. What can I say?
Uh, Nothing. It has every right to be absurd.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else? Because I think we're at a good standing.
Yeah.
With Nico with in Europa
Europa
League.
League moment.
We got the two F tiers. With the Spectre and then Nick just abandoning us.
I can't believe it.
And then we have the C tier. Yeah, I understand with these guys. There's just like they have potential, but like there's always something holding these guys back.
Yeah.
The B tier is more like we make do with what we got.
Yeah, I think the B tier, like, is more like teams that are like, yeah, they have some issues, but like it's you can work around that. I feel like with C tiers, like there's only so much working around it you can do, right?
Right. But there's like giant holes in the team that could be exploited.
Are we a bit too generous with like A tiers? Do we think like Liam and Octa could go to like top of B? I feel like they're in
Um.
between, right? I feel like they're on a borderline between A and B.
Alright, so then this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. Here. We're at a little below, and we'll do this. We'll do A minus. Problem solved.
Fair enough.
Oh, oh.
That that is not.
And
Okay.
then we'll make it pink.
And now I need to adjust the fucking thing on OBS again. 1 second. Hold on.
I just made A minus pink. Boom. Problem solved.
Based. Okay. Um. Okay. I have somewhat fixed the OBS layout. There we go. All right. A
And then
minus is pink. Very based.
alright, and then A tier is actually pretty based. And then of
True.
course we
I'm
have
in it. No. What? My team isn't in the Europa League. My team is not in the Europa League. We're La Liga champions, bro. Get out of
Wait,
here.
hold on, hold on, hold
No,
on,
there
hold
needs
on,
to be a
hold on.
Champions League one.
No, hold on.
Oh no,
Hang on
what's
to
he
this.
cooking? What's he cooking? You cannot spell. I think you should go to F tier.
I'm dyslexic. All right, fuck off.
You're a dyslexic Italian New Yorker. Oh god.
Yes, I am. You got a problem with that?
No. I know people who are more dyslexic than you, to be fair.
Okay, hold on. Let me fix my mess.
um, there we go. Atta boy. Back to Brazil.
Back to Brazil.
All right, I think that's a good note to end it on. We will see you
All right.
all soon.
We'll check back in after. We'll do this weekly. And
That's
see
the
how
plan.
everything's placed.
That's the plan.
That is the plan. Sorry, we
Unfortunately, plants never survive contact with the enemy, so you know.
exactly. But if we don't see us, if we're not here from again, it's Nico.
True. Yeah, we're gonna get banned, bro. We put his team in. We made. I mean, his team is in the Europa League. To be fair, he cannot deny
Oh,
that
wait, wait,
one.
wait, wait, hold on, hold on. Now is perfect.
Um, I don't know if Mordom even watches soccer or football, as I call it. I don't even know if their team is it. If they do, I don't know if their team's in the Europa League. But no, just banish Mordom to Brazil. There we go. Perfect. All right, now
That was
we're gonna end
beautiful.
off. All right, we'll
All right.
see you all next time.